All right, welcome everybody. Hopefully everybody can hear and see and all that jazz because once again, it's not a Pantsless Podcast without some technical issues. There's no bot this time because I can't get the fucking bot program open. It refuses. So I said, fuck it. There's gonna be no bot this time. But with us today is the original crew. Let's give a little golf clap for Northern Savant.
Thank you, thank you. It feels good to be back.
Yeah, good to have you back, dude.
Yeah, totally.
How long's it been?
Been like 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think we had Sully on here twice.
Yeah.
I've been working quite a lot, and I don't have my computer there, so I have trouble attending to these podcasts. But
Yeah, man.
now I have 4 days off, so I'm right here.
Also, anybody in chat, if anybody's voice is too low, say something and I will fix it. It's a huge hassle every time to get the voice levels for 4 people on equal ground. Impossible, I might say, because I am but a, I don't work with audio. I watch sports for a living, so it's not the same thing. Anyways, otherwise, with us today is also Gradigan and Trevor the Miracle. This is the original crew. This is what we started with, and this is what episode is this? Episode 8. 8 fucking episodes.
Gosh.
It's been that long?
Yeah.
I feel like every time we have an episode, we bring up what number it is. And I'm like, what? No.
You gotta do it.
And we just started like last month.
Yeah,
This is
man.
only our second episode.
Yeah. It really feels like it.
Yeah, we're getting real close to that 1 year mark. And that's and I've not told anybody anything yet, but in my head I'm already formulating ideas for the 1 year. And I'm not telling anybody because most of my ideas that I formulate in my head, they get to the point where there's an idea and then they die, and then new ideas come up and then they die. And at some point in the process, there comes a real idea that I present to somebody.
It's kind of nice that our anniversary show will always be the first show after the Game Awards. It wasn't on purpose,
No.
but that's super. That's actually kind of cool.
I regret it hugely though.
Why?
Because
I think that's awesome.
So this year in particular is going to be bitchy because we have an end of a decade, we have 1 year anniversary, and we have end of the year plus Game Awards. There's a shitload of things to talk about.
We should probably do like a back-to-back podcast.
Maybe.
Maybe
24-hour.
24-hour podcast.
Yeah, we take shifts. One guy sleeps and 3 talks, and
Yeah, exactly. We just ask him all the questions ahead of time, and then we have all the answers written down on paper.
Yeah,
And be like, oh, this is where Trevor would say.
Yeah. I'm gonna quote Trevor now. Yeah.
Channel Trevor.
But yo, guys, did you hear about this is a sort of a new thing? God damn, I hate videos that start playing like automatically. But everyone's probably heard about this. This is weeks old now, but I still want to bring it up. No spoilers though. Avengers Endgame. Do I hear music somewhere?
No, honestly, it's probably the lawnmower outside.
Oh yeah.
I'll mute myself.
Sounds like
while I'm
music.
not talking.
Oh yeah, I hear it. Yeah. Okay. No, it's not. It's not there again.
It was getting louder and louder. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it's right outside the window.
For me, I'm going insane. I was in my head. Am I hearing fucking Minecraft? For those who don't know, I've been playing the entire day Minecraft, and that's the reason I'm thinking about Minecraft. Honestly, after the podcast, I'm probably gonna boot up Minecraft.
Well, definitely.
But the thing that I wanted to talk about is that Avengers Endgame is getting DLC and a re-release in theaters.
It already did.
It did. Okay, so it did.
Yeah.
It did.
Oh.
So is it 6 minutes of more footage?
I didn't see it. I didn't even know it. It came and went before, and I watch every one of those movies. I see almost every Marvel movie on opening weekend, and I'm really pissed that it wasn't advertised better because it came and went before I even knew it.
But is it still in theaters? Right. It is. Right.
I think it was just one weekend.
What?
For the
That's kind of dumb.
extended cut. I think because it wasn't in our. It wasn't in my local theater, but that's not saying much. I don't live in a big town. So.
But like, so the reason I want to bring this up is, so okay, it's it's unconfirmed now. Is it 6 minutes of more footage?
That's what I heard as well. Was 6 minutes.
So I haven't seen the movie like at all, but I find it funny though that they, and honestly I thought they would do a bigger release because they talked about re-releasing the movie in theaters. But if it's only a weekend, then okay, whatever. But what we're essentially looking at is DLC for movies. But the drawback is that when you go watch it again, you pay full ticket price. I assume, at least, because I mean they don't know at the theater if you're seeing it for the first time or the second time. But it's an interesting thing. Okay, so Endgame is still being shown somewhere. See, that's what I assume. I mean, I think they show Endgame in Helsinki too.
Yeah, I think it's crazy that they're like re-releasing it. I can understand like, you know, when it comes out on like Blu-ray or whatever, that, you know, they're like, oh, bonus footage included. But like 6 minutes, unless they're like, it's like, oh, here's the alternate ending of 6 minutes long. Like 6 minutes isn't going to change shit in a 3.5 hour movie or whatever. Like, I can't see why anyone, even fans, I just can't see why someone, unless they're just super diehard, I collect everything about Marvel, would want to even go see it at all.
Taking fucking jabs over there.
I also have a Shield briefcase from the first movie. It's got every movie, and it also has the cosmic cube in it that lights up. So yeah, I definitely wanted to see it. I am one of those diehard idiots. I'm the sucker. Yeah. I'm the sucker that's born every minute. I will openly admit I'm the sucker that's born every minute.
Yeah, well, like I can understand, like, you know, like I said, diehard fans want to say, but like for the average consumer, I just don't see it being. It may be why they only released it for a weekend, because I just don't see them like making money with that.
Yeah.
There goes the lawnmower.
Yeah, there goes the lawnmower again. I'm just not even gonna mute it. It's just a thing now. It's part of the.
Yeah. I mean, it brings flair to the podcast. Something unique. How many podcasts have a lawnmower in them?
Do you happen to have what the Hulk looked like pulled up, Tumalo, from the extended? Here, let me, because you need to see it, because what they did is it looks like they ripped assets out of Hulk Ultimate Smash from the PS2. Because it looks, hang on, I just gotta find it now. Hulk in-game extra scene. It looks so bad. It straight looks like it's PS2 credits.
Yeah, you showed me this photo. It's crazy how bad it looks.
It's so bad. Here we go. Location.
I'm gonna quickly
there it is. I just put the link in chat for anyone else who wants to look at it there.
Oh,
it straight looks like it's from the PS2 game.
No, yeah.
I mean, I can understand it in a way, just because obviously there's like, we added 6 minutes of footage, so it's footage they didn't want to include in the movie, so it's footage that's not finished. But if it's not finished, like why include it?
It looks like ass though.
Yeah, it like super ass. Yeah, super ass.
It looks like a PS2 game.
Dude, it looks, there's another good one that it looks like he's just straight up holding an iPad to the side of his face, and he may be, but it is. It looks like a PS2 game. It's just like a PS2.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it kind of looks like it. The picture also, the picture looks unprocessed. It looks like it's taken with a really shitty camera. It
probably was, to be fair, because this, I mean, it just happened like what, last weekend or weekend before. So this article that I'm looking at came out last weekend, so it probably was taken.
The second picture's way better.
Yeah. It's so good. And this is what
nose is caved in.
Yeah. And I also heard that the extra scenes they added didn't make sense. Like, not that it didn't make sense that they wanted to put them in, they just didn't make sense at all. Like, they were just nonsensical.
So it was a huge bamboozle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely made a mistake, like, in my opinion, a mistake trying to re-release a movie with only 6 minutes more content, and it's that, and it's not good. If you want to like re-release that stuff, it should be like extended Blu-ray collection thing.
Yeah. I mean, all it was them trying to beat Avatar. Like, straight up, that's what it was.
Why not just admit it? You didn't make it, so.
Yeah. They missed it by like 18 million.
Really?
Which, as far as movies go, that's nothing. Yeah.
I'm calling it. A third re-release is coming in with even more raw footage.
Avatar definitely cheated a little itself on its initial release. It was in theaters for like 240 days or something. Like almost like 3/4 of a year.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, I saw Avatar in theaters, and I don't remember anything of it, other than it ripped off Pocahontas.
Yeah, it's basically Pocahontas.
And I honestly, I remember walking out of the movie and thinking that it was nothing special. So I don't know, like, why was it so fucking popular? Is it just because James Cameron?
Well, it's like the first movie that did 3D really well.
Yeah.
I definitely walked out of that theater absolutely amazed. Like, I was convinced that was gonna be the best movie of the decade, and then I got to thinking about it, and I'm like, is it? So
I think Avatar was one of the first movies that was made originally 3D, and not like afterwards picked up the footage and made it 3D. So it was like before all that.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was like one
I
of the
don't know
first
how it actually like works. How do you make it fully 3D and not like have it like After Effects?
See, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I remember it was like cutting edge with how they filmed and did the animation, because they would, they would like, when they were riding a fucking dragonfly or whatever the hell they were riding, they actually had like a giant green screen dragonfly that they were holding on to, and then the camera was going around them and stuff in the green room, and I don't think that, like, things like that had ever been done before.
So that's so normal these days. That's like super normal these days.
Yeah, I mean, that they did stuff like that. They do stuff like that in TV shows now.
Yep.
Maybe I should rewatch Avatar.
It's not.
I've only watched it the once.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it once too in theaters way back.
Yeah, I don't know that I would want to watch it again.
Yes,
it's so long.
I mean, the only things I remember was that it was not that good of a movie, and I don't remember anything else that it just ripped off Pocahontas. And I mean, by the way, we're a video game show. We talk about video games sometimes.
Yeah,
Is there a video game about Avatar?
I'm not trying to rip off the co-optional podcast here. Don't sue me. Jenna Bain, I think her name is.
Is there an Avatar video game?
There was. It was put out in 2009. You can get it for $5.
Is it for the PS2, 3?
PS3, 360, and PSP.
Oh man, what a deal! $5 buckaroos for a PSP game? Sign me the fuck up.
It looks better than that Hulk screenshot. The graphics on this actually don't look that bad. Makes sense. Yeah. Pantsless bath. Can we just go into that? From that, can we just go ahead and transition?
I mean, fuck it. We can skip, or we can do this in reverse order a little bit. Fuck it. Let's talk about That's such a good transition. So let's do it. Let's talk about Belle Delphine.
Yeah.
And the bathwater episode, the genie, like I said, we're a video game talk show. So
it's a product made for gamers.
Yeah, for gamers. Yeah, that's what, like, depending on who you are, you take it as an insult or not an insult. Like, I personally don't give a shit. I tip my hat to her because she completely trolled the internet and made huge fucking dollars for it. And but yeah.
So, for those of you that don't know, Belle Delphine is professionally attractive. That's her job. She's on Instagram, and she has a huge not even cult, just a huge following. And she decided to start selling jars of her bathwater that, I don't know, they're about that big around and maybe that tall. And she calls it her Gamer Girl bathwater, and she sells it for like $30. And she also sold out, so within like 3 days, selling this bathwater.
And she has a YouTube channel. Now, I did not know about this YouTube channel until yesterday, and I'm gonna play everyone. Everyone will suffer through this with me.
No.
You will. I will blow your fucking mind. I mean, my respect for this girl is just rising because she is, Joe says she's professionally attractive. That's her job. I will add an asterisk there and say she's a professional troll and a weirdo, because look at this shit. Let's put this in glorious full screen. Let's not have the music on because it's just random lobby music.
I'm afraid what's gonna come up.
This is Belle Delphine's video, Meet My Best Friend. And fucking let's put the music on. It's just awkward to, like, I'm gonna do that and unmute site, back to full screen so you can't see shit. There we go. Okay, here we go. Brace yourself, people.
Are we gonna watch the whole 4 minutes?
No, we're not. No.
Okay. Let's just straight up googly eyes on a dead octopus.
Yes, that is straight up a dead octopus with googly eyes.
And reminds me of Octodad.
Octodad, yes.
I have no words. Her content is way better than mine. I can't like. It's literally an octopus, a dead one, but.
Yeah, there's really nothing that can be said. Oh, look, he's flipping the crate.
He wrapped his tentacle around.
Like, what was the idea behind this? Like, why would you have it?
Look, dude.
Because she's a troll.
Yeah.
That's all she does. She trolls thirsty nerds.
Yeah. That's what she does.
So if you didn't know about her YouTube channel, then you also must not have known about her Pornhub
Oh,
channel.
that I knew about.
Okay.
That I knew about.
She does have a Pornhub channel with 0 porn on it. I will openly admit I did not get that information from a friend. I checked. There is nothing on that at all. But it's all like, it's all clickbaity titles. Yeah, please.
Because
it's all clickbaity titles. Like one of them, I don't even want to say it because there's like they're all super just clickbaity. Like one of them is like, gosh, I can't. And I don't know.
Totally.
They're all just really.
Totally.
They're innuendos.
Searching her videos.
They're explicit.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be too, because they're pretty bad.
So, for those who don't know, why she has a Pornhub account, she posted on Instagram somehow like asking for 2 million likes on a post, and if she gets 2 million posts, she's gonna make a Pornhub account. And even Pornhub's own Instagram account commented on that. And so yeah, she posted a few videos which are like obviously nothing. None of them are porn. She's just trolling everybody with her shit, her antics. And I applaud her for that, because people fall for this. They I mean, yeah. Apparently she does have some sort of not safe for work, more kind of lewd Snapchat things that you have to pay a lot of dollars for on Patreon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the thing that I brought up earlier before the stream started, apparently that gamer girl bathwater isn't even gamer girl bathwater. Reportedly, now there's like, it's just some random guy on the internet saying this, but I hope to God it's true. Apparently someone actually tested it for any sources, like any traces of human DNA of any kind. I mean, there's got to be something. If she's in it, dead skin, some kind of sweat, something will get in that water. And they tested it, and there was nothing in it. It was just tap water.
This is from I don't know, some sort of message board. All humans shed cells, and it would be expected to find some skills along with fecal bacteria and other. That's another topic, and therefore human DNA isn't bad. Well, it did. I did a eDNA analysis through ddPCR. I don't know what that is. And lo and behold, there is no human DNA in it at all. This is something I personally speculated about in another Discord server, that the ultimate troll would be to sell just regular water and just call it bath water and see who is stupid enough to buy this shit. And she sold out, but I mean, selling out doesn't really mean probably. I mean, I don't know how much money she made, because I don't know how big her quantity was. If it was 50 bottles or 100,000, who knows?
I wonder if there will be like a class action lawsuit against her now, though.
That's what people are saying, because if it's, I mean, she's advertising it as water that she has bathed in.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, yeah. She could get sued for it if you're not receiving the product that's advertised.
Yeah,
definitely.
Then it becomes the question: do you want to be that guy who takes her to court to say that you didn't receive your bath water?
If I bought gamer girl bathwater unironically, I have no shame, and you bet your ass I'm gonna sue her pants off.
Yeah. I mean,
well, it's gonna be crazy if there is a class action lawsuit, and then they collect all the names of everyone, and it's like 50,000 people or something. Like a very high number where. If it was real, she would have had to take like 10,000 baths.
Yeah, who knows? But I mean, I don't even know how class action lawsuits work in the UK, because she's not American. She lives in the UK, and she's British. So I mean, I don't know how any of that even works there.
Yeah, I don't know either, but.
One thing that this probably will spawn, I mean, Pokimane, who's a popular woman who streams on Twitch, she posted on Twitter asking people to stop asking her to sell her bathwater. So I mean, because this was so successful and everyone knows about this, it'll probably, one, spawn more people who do the same thing, and B, make people ask of other certain people to do the same thing. Most likely.
Yeah.
I mean, some people just want bathwater,
Yeah. I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised if some of them already sell things behind closed doors. I mean, didn't Amaranth girl, I think that's how you say her name, didn't she like accidentally share screenshots of her email, and it was like she was selling like panties or something?
I saw that.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not like it's uncommon. It's just she was just doing it out in the open, and
Yeah, I mean, like there's so many of those Patreon pages where you pay the top dollar tier and you get into some exclusive club, and who the fuck knows what's there. Like a good point that H3H3 made was like Belle Delphine has a top tier Patreon thing too. I think it's $1,000 or some shit, and she promises there like kind of explicit lewd photos. So who knows what they are, because nobody can find them on the internet. So somehow she's able to police the people who pay that and make them not share those pictures. They're from a Snapchat, so I mean you have to like quickly take a screenshot, but either way, like they're nowhere to be found. Like, I don't know, I haven't searched. Ethan has searched. Ethan Klein, who's the host of H3H3.
Yeah, that is kind of weird, in my opinion. But well, I guess whatever you're into.
I mean,
want to buy bad water, or just normal water that is labeled bad water.
Yeah.
This is a great time to announce that No Pants Society has just launched their own Patreon, and if you pay us $10,000, we will make an erotic calendar featuring the boys and possibly some future girls that don't exist right now, but members of No Pants Society, of course. And Sully, of course, we have to have Sully.
Sully, you're in, by the way. You might not know it yet, but you're coming to it.
Patreon.com/NoPantsSociety. $10,000 let's go.
We have him in March for St. Patrick's Day. We have to have a gender.
Oh yes. That's the reason.
Good grief.
So, a quick kind of like, you said that like she was trolling people by selling the bathwater. Say, let's give her the benefit of the doubt and say that she did sell actual bathwater. Do you think it's actually trolling? Because people wanted it, they wanted to buy it, so it's a legit product.
Yeah, I mean,
I think she's more trolling everyone else. Like, it's not really trolling the people that want it, because trolling is like getting somebody, like, it's you're bamboozling them. But they're getting, if they are assuming they are getting actual bathwater, they're not really getting trolled. I feel like it's the rest of the universe that isn't in on the joke.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it feels. I mean, I don't know, like, trolling might be the wrong word. It's kind of like watching somebody, like, me telling you won't believe what I'm about to do. Like, check this shit out. And then I do that thing and you're like, oh my god, I can't believe that worked.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah.
I mean, if people buy, I'm of the opinion if people will buy something, you should sell it. And if people are going to buy literally your bathwater, sell it.
Yeah. Yeah, like I want to make I want there to be no mistake here. I completely am on her side. If she has people asking for something and she provides a product that they want, fuck yeah, in the name of capitalism, go for it. Like, all out. I don't care. Like, she may be like doing stuff that I think is absolutely ridiculous, but hey, she's probably making way more money than me, and thus is probably way more successful than me, so I can't really be mad at her for doing the things she does. But yeah, like I do hope that it's actually her bathwater, because if it's not, then she's shooting herself in the foot.
Yeah, I would assume if it's not, and I can actually prove this not, someone is going to file a lawsuit, and then that lawyer is going to make it a class action.
Yeah.
Depending on if they can do class actions, and over there, I don't know if they can or not.
Yes, yeah, I have no idea about like the law in Britain.
But it's like you pay to get bamboozled, but how many times are you gonna get bamboozled? Like, if she releases another product, I don't know, like the hand cream she likes to use and makes her own hand cream. But
I mean, I think you're underestimating the power she has over a certain group of men.
Probably, yeah. But like, how many times are you gonna get bamboozled? Is it like third time, maybe like 10?
Well, I mean, it depends on what your definition of bamboozled is. I mean, if assuming it is her bathwater, or are we? I mean, are you really getting bamboozled for getting much paid for?
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, yeah, it's totally worthless because it's like we talked about it a little bit last night. It even has like a holographic seal. Like she spared no expense. It has like a professionally printed label. The jars are actually really nice little jars. It has like a holographic seal so that you know it's sealed and that no one's tampered with it. I mean, she did, assuming it is her bathwater, she did everything right. So I think if she were to release something like hand cream, I guarantee people would eat it up.
Oh yeah. I did see like a few really, really angry comments that were posted on Pornhub under her videos. I mean, she never explicitly said that she's gonna post porn on Pornhub. She just said that she's gonna make a Pornhub account. And if we really want to be technical, I mean, that doesn't mean anything. But people assume that when she released those 5-6 videos, and they had like really like porn names, the videos, I mean, and then they were like some, like, I remember one video was like Belle Delphine strokes her pussy, which is literally her stroking a cat. So I mean, she's trolling. She absolutely is trolling people.
Yeah, that is definitely, she's trolling with that for sure. Although I did actually look at the actual Instagram post, and in the Pornhub's Instagram account actually commented on it and said, "This is the best news I've heard all day."
I mean, Pornhub probably cares about one thing: it's getting more people to their site. And they know that she has a huge fucking following, and that following wants to fucking fuck her. That
Pornhub's social media presence is on point. They have some pretty sick social media.
Oh yeah. I've seen some of their. I should probably follow them. But that will give people ideas.
Yeah, I'm gonna go follow them for the stream for content. I swear. Yeah. She just makes money hand over fist. Good for her. I would sell my bathwater.
Yeah, I mean, just now on our Patreon, you can get No Pants members bathwater too. Half price what Belle Delphine sold, so $15. It's the deal. You can't not take it.
Yeah. It's all one tub too. We all took turns getting in the tub.
Yeah. So
it's not separate jars.
No. So like really, what you're getting is all of us in one jar.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a conglomeration. Yeah.
I just picture us in a jacuzzi or something, like sitting there like
somebody scooping water with a fucking jar and sealing it. Oh man,
God. Gross.
Yeah. I wanna put forth like products that have real value, people. So. No, this episode is like complete shit show right now.
We're a gaming channel, by the way.
Yeah, we talk about games.
Yeah, we are gaming. Yeah. We are a gaming channel. Hey, gamer girl bathwater. We talked about it's game related. It's industry related.
It's industry related. Yeah, it preys upon the gamers. I think. I need to really be careful with my words.
She marketed it as gaming, or she marketed it as gaming girl. I haven't looked into it honestly. Like gaming girl bathwater.
Yeah.
Did she market it like this is for gamers? Or
it's a gamer girl bathwater.
It's a gamer girl's bathwater.
Okay.
Does she even?
Well, I was just wondering if she marketed towards gamers specifically.
I mean, I assume that
it has like a generic video game controller on the top. So, but it does explicitly say, I know for sure on our site, and maybe on the jar as well, it definitely says that it's not meant to be imbibed. It is not a potable drink.
Because that needs to be said.
Apparently it did. It's on our website, dude. That I guarantee, if it wasn't, someone would have sued her. Someone would have drank it, gotten sick, and
drank that tap water.
Drank that tap water.
Look, bro, I guarantee someone has taken a.
Oh yeah.
A good.
They have. But I mean, there's Pyrocynical on YouTube. He got a thing of Gamer Girl bathwater, and he drank it on his YouTube channel.
That's a funny sentence.
Yeah.
He got a thing of Gamer Girl bathwater and drank it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's two stories that are kind of at odds, and I'm not sure which one I want more, because allegedly up to 50 people got herpes from drinking her bathwater. So I'm not sure if I want 50 idiots to get herpes for drinking bathwater, or countless idiots being ripped off by buying tap water.
See, I'm not a medical expert, but I don't think you can get herpes from bathwater.
If you can, how long ago did they sell this stuff?
Just like a week ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe a week is long enough. I was gonna say, if you drink it, it's not gonna show up the next day. Like,
right.
You know, but maybe a week. I don't know.
See, I saw the herpes thing online, and I saw that somebody got hospitalized. I saw that too, but both of those, as far as I know, were proven to be fake. Which, I mean, that's the internet, because I mean, obviously someone's gonna post something that, oh, I got sick from this shit. But yeah, I mean, I don't think that. Like, I'm obviously not gonna say that I think that she has herpes. She probably doesn't have herpes. But who knows? Maybe I have herpes. Who the fuck knows?
True.
Maybe all of you will have herpes when you buy our bathwater. And when you get herpes, you have no idea whose herpes it is, because we all were in the same bath.
Yeah, it's true. And now we all also have herpes.
Yes, everyone has herpes now. That's the moral of the story. Everyone has herpes.
Brondo. That's what I crave.
Those were some great commercials way back. All right, shall we move on?
Yeah, sure.
To the thing that we were supposed to talk first, but then we didn't. Really quick. With are some really short things. So a while back, the Artifact game directory had a surge in popularity. Unfortunately, it was not due to the game Artifact, but rather people posting anything but Artifact. It started with a meme, the Ayayaya meme, and then it quickly devolved into people posting entire movies, and then there was the Christchurch shooting, and a bunch of other not safe for work stuff. A lot of porn, like a really staggering amount of porn. And now Twitch has apparently sued those people, those anonymous people, might I add. And who the fuck knows what's gonna happen. This is not really like anything worth talking about, because it's an ongoing lawsuit, so there is really nothing to talk about. I understand that this is happening because obviously people broke the TOS, and they posted like shit that you can get sued from, like especially the Christchurch shooting, which not okay. I don't think anybody will probably, if anyone's stupid enough to stream the Christchurch shooting without a VPN or proxies or whatever, then good times in prison, I guess. But I believe most of those accounts were just behind some heavy protections. And I don't think anybody will get caught of this, honestly.
Yeah, probably maybe one dude that was an idiot and used his like real email or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am definitely curious what will happen, if anyone will actually take, how many people will actually be affected by that.
What actually happened during the when everyone was streaming under Artifact was also that in order to prevent like these illegal streams, Twitch made it so that new accounts couldn't stream at all. But somehow, people probably have these ghost accounts laying around waiting. They're sleeper accounts, and when the time strikes right, they attack. And on came the porn again.
That's wild. Does anyone know why? Like why they chose Artifact?
Oh yeah,
of all things.
So there's this streamer called Nym. I'm not really sure how you say his name, but apparently he was really hyped for Artifact before it came out, and then it came out and it bombed completely. So what he started doing, he started showing during his stream to his chat how dead Artifact is. Like, oh, look at this Valve new game that's dead to everybody. Nobody's playing this shit. So he went to the game director and showed how many Artifact streams there were. Now somebody from his chat then started streaming there, explicitly calling Nym out, like, come check this out. And it was just the ay meme. And then when Nym laughed at that and then it got picked up on Reddit, then everybody was starting with the ay meme. So there was like 50 to 100 ay streams.
Wow.
So we can blame Nym for all this. I had fun though. I thought that was a great hoot of a time when there was random memes on Artifact. But yeah, I could live without the Christchurch shootings and
yeah.
And I mean that's basically what I really think it was.
Like a thing that you can't really stream unless you have like two-way authentication.
I think that came afterwards, but as a really quick fix, they made it so that new accounts can't stream at all, no matter like what it was.
They'll probably still find a way around, like maybe not for Artifact, but for something the next big thing, they'll find a way around.
And that was just like I don't know what you would call it, flash mob, just extended, just uncoordinated, just people just doing as a certain thing. I mean, it's dead again. Like you can go to the Artifact game director and there's nothing there. Oh, Joe, you're by the way muted.
Yeah, I muted myself because the lawnmower went by and I'm getting annoyed by it.
That's a big yard.
Yeah. It is a big yard. It is a large yard.
But it's just like a example when things just go way too far. Like it would have been all fun and games if it would be just the I meme or something related, but that just got way too far.
Oh yeah.
And in my opinion, it's good that they show that they're trying to take action to prevent stuff like that happening. And it would be irresponsible to let just that be there.
Yeah.
And not do anything about it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm surprised it took that long for Twitch to shut it down.
Yeah.
I mean, they are in control of their site, so they have to have tools to like shut things down. But it went on for fucking days. Like holy shit, there was porn and movies and like what I personally saw, the Christchurch shooting. I assume there was other shootings too, and then just memes and like it went on for fucking days. Yeah. Like you could watch full movies on Twitch. I don't understand.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like right now, there's literally no one streaming Artifact.
Yeah,
it is actually nobody.
It's a dead game.
Untapped market.
Yeah. Is it really untapped if no one watches you if you stream there?
No, I guess.
It's not untapped. It's just empty. It's already been tapped and empty.
Drained.
Yeah, it's fucking drained, man.
That market's done.
I wonder if it if Artifact is actually gonna make a comeback.
So I mean, the last real thing about Artifact, what was said by the developers, is that they essentially gonna redo the game and are fully committed in like making it a game worth playing. Which, I mean, you already released it once and it completely, I mean, ever since No Man's Sky, a lot of other companies are looking at like, yeah, we could do that. And I think that No Man's Sky was a little bit different. It was a true passion project for the team, and they really turned the game around. But again, they had one release date, and then the game flopped. It failed. I mean, a lot of people bought it, but commercially it was probably very successful. But in the end, people hated it. And yeah, a year later, everyone says that it's good again. I'm not gonna buy it anymore. It came and went, man. I don't think that Artifact will ever get to that level, because No Man's Sky was so much bigger in the end than what Artifact ever will be.
I mean, it really all just depends on Valve fanboys and just how good it gets. Because I mean, it would have to be an incredible game for them to get it where they probably want it. But I mean, it has happened before, like you said, with No Man's Sky. But I think a bigger example of a story like that is Final Fantasy 14. It was originally released and everybody hated it. Everybody absolutely hated it. It was horrible. So they got all this negative feedback from my fucking lawnmower. So they got all this negative feedback, and they're like, you know what? Fine. They took it down within like a few months, and then completely rebuilt the game. And now it's probably, I mean, it's got to be like the second biggest MMO out there right now, second or third for sure.
I mean, they just released a new expansion, and everybody loves that too. So.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not impossible for them to rebuild this game and it to be amazing, but
I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's such a. I don't think the market's there. I honestly think that an MMO is way bigger, and No Man's Sky just had immense hype, and they sold a lot of copies before release. So, I mean, people already had the game. Now, okay, people bought Artifact, and even with the Valve fanboyism, I get that. Like, if they really turn it around, the fanboys probably can bring it back. But I mean, the fanboys already, they ditched the game. Like, nobody's playing Artifact.
I played Artifact for like a week, and it's not a bad game. In my opinion, it just lacks the content and the balance in the cards.
It lacks everything.
No, graphically,
graphically, we're talking about a card game here. Come on, man.
Yeah, but still, I like good graphics, dude.
Jesus.
And the concept of having like 3 different lanes that you have to control, I think it's different from, I don't know, like Hearthstone.
You see, I even have the game. Solly bought the game for me and never booted it. I might.
So you can't say anything because you never played it.
No, but I can look at the stats. I mean, nobody's playing the game, so it obviously is not a good game, right? I mean, Sully's saying that it's not a bad game, and okay, yeah, it might not be a bad game, but there has to be a tangible reason why everyone abandoned it. Like, you don't abandon a good game. You abandon a game that doesn't work, or it's bad, or it lacks features, or it has a broken ass monetization system, Artifact. But yeah, there has to be reasons. So apparently, Artifact is averaging 90 players.
Solid.
Damn.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I never played it, and I probably never will, but who knows?
See, this is the weird part. All-time peak, 60,000. And now they're averaging 90. Now, if anybody says to me that it's a good game, then I'm going to be like, come on. Come on.
Have you seen the graphics?
Yeah.
Seen the graphics?
I've seen the graphics. They are really nice.
These cars look sharp as hell.
Yeah, they are.
Visually,
really nice.
I could have swore it was made by James Cameron. That's how stunning it was.
Wow. Let me boot up the game right now. Camera, come on, stop fucking. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, there's probably. I don't think that there's like one reason why Artifact failed. I think there's probably multiple. Like we have Hearthstone, which is widely popular, and it's the same with the MMOs. Like if you invest time and more importantly money into a game for a very long time, it's so difficult to just jump off of it and go to this new thing. And especially with Hearthstone, which also like I feel that it's you kind of have to pay for it to like really get the full extent. So I mean, if there's people who put like thousands of dollars on it, then why would you switch? And same with World of Warcraft.
Yeah. I think that there was just like a big, almost like a perfect storm of mediocre. Because I don't know that, like North and Sully have said that it's not a bad game. I just think it's probably just a perfect storm of mediocre. Like, why would I play this card game that I have to buy, and then I have to buy the cards, and it's only okay gameplay when I could just keep playing Hearthstone? Because the kind of people who are going to play Artifact are the same people that already play Hearthstone. Yeah. So you're trying a game that is explosively popular, like way more popular than I thought it was going to be whenever it was announced forever ago. Hearthstone is crazy popular, so you're going to have to be better than Hearthstone to really get any kind of market. And it's only okay, so why would you want to play it?
I mean, yeah,
that's kind of like Apex Legends, like how it had the really popular cycle riding beginning, and then everyone's like, oh, well, I don't know, this might not be as good as Fortnite or whatever, and so they're just all going right back to that now.
Yeah, but the thing with Apex, in my opinion, was that they stopped developing right after the release. They didn't really release anything new to the game.
Come on, bro, Season 2 just came out.
Yeah, now they're developing it because they had a bad year.
I honestly think that they just didn't expect it to be that popular.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like it's really like anti-EA kind of marketing in the first place.
Yeah.
And very odd. And then it just became this very popular. Everyone was playing it. I mean, but me and North and Sully, we were playing it, and Trevor was playing it, and none of us are playing it anymore. So we played for like, I don't know, a month maybe.
Yeah.
And then all of us just dropped it.
I feel discouraged to play it because apparently it has so much cheaters that you don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
Like, they have to fix that if I would ever want to play that again.
It's actually pretty insane. I watch this streamer called TSM Viz on Twitch, and he plays a lot of Apex. And you don't need to sit even an hour watching him, and he encounters cheaters. Like, there's a lot of cheaters. And he has a habit of, when he dies and he suspects it's a cheater, he sits with his chat and watches the cheater for like a few minutes. And they're the most blatant cheats you have. Like, they aim hack through walls, and they go super fast, and they have no recoil. And I mean, of course it kills the game if like the developers can't fucking get their shit together.
Yeah, why would I want to compete against someone that obviously doesn't play on the same playing field? It's not leveled at all. Like, if he doesn't have any recoil on any of the guns, taps to the head instantly, like, why would I do that?
And especially like Apex is super easy to put down because you put zero money on it. Like, even with games like PUBG or whatever game you pay for, it's I would think that it's way harder to, or you're way more motivated to shift through shit if you paid for it, because you want to get value from the product, right? But if you just, I mean, Apex came out and it's like, yo, you can download this now. Okay, I'll fucking download this now and I'll play a little bit of it. And then it's like, oh, there's fucking cheaters everywhere. I'm fucking fuck this game. I'm gonna go play some single player shit. Like, there's no hindrance in putting it down.
Yeah. It definitely, I feel like that's probably another case of what killed Artifact, was that it wasn't bad. Like, you guys all enjoyed it. I remember talking to you guys while you played it. Like, you guys really enjoyed it whenever it first came out. But there's just like other games that do what Apex does, but better. So, I mean, like Fortnite and PUBG are both tighter battle royales, and Overwatch at this point is the de facto hero shooter. So why would I play Apex whenever it's not nearly as robust as either of those already established games?
And Apex kind of like, which is still lacks. I don't really understand why they don't, like, they have just one queue and it's 3-man squads. There is no solo queue, there's no duos, there's no 4-man squad. Like, why? Why would you not put these simple things in your game that every other game has? Like, I don't understand. Because, I mean, you're actively hindering players. And
you know what? Maybe the game just isn't for you, Tom.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah, this is Trevor taking jabs at me. Don't worry about it, chat.
That's not the game you want to play.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It isn't. That's absolutely correct. I don't want to play Apex. I'm not even gonna fucking. I'm not even gonna hide it. I don't want to play Apex because, I mean, there's better games to play that are not battle royale games.
Do you think the fact that it's free also hinders people from wanting to play it in a way? Like, because normally, like, I would say, if you pay for a game, you have an investment into it. So you're like, well, there's some cheaters, but I did pay for the game, so I should probably play the game. But if it's free, you didn't lose anything if you're just like, well, fuck this game, So do you think that the fact that it's free might actually be a hindrance to, that whole aspect?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, yeah, if it's free, then, I mean, the level of entry is 0 because you're not paying anything. I mean, you put the time to download it. That's the level of entry you have. But I think the huge draw why so many people played it in the beginning was the fact that it was free. Anybody could play it.
Yeah.
So the numbers skyrocket. And with any game, I mean, it's difficult to find a game that goes against this. Fortnite might be an exception. You have the initial peak, and then slowly but surely your numbers go down over time. There are some games that do the opposite. I mean, I know Fortnite is one of them, and PUBG might be another one. And there's probably some other games that I just can't think of. But I feel like, because it was free, a lot of people who don't necessarily even like VR games downloaded it and played it. And they maybe played with friends. Because, again, the level of entry is 0. Your friend plays it and he's like, come play with us, it's free. So, like, fucking fine. It's a whole different story if, like, cool, come play this, pay $30. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna pay $30 for this. But after the initial hype and the initial high, then it just, like, you don't like BRs, maybe you don't care. There's a bunch of cheaters. This game's not for you. It doesn't have duos. It doesn't have solos. I mean, there's whatever reasons there are. I think it's just natural that the game just has a decline.
Yeah. It was a quick decline, though.
Oh yeah, it was. Probably because it was free. And probably because there's a shitload of cheaters.
Yeah.
And because they stopped developing the game. So anyway,
Speaking of EA, though,
let's wait a little bit. Just a little bit. Not yet, EA. Not yet. Soon. Hold. Just a little bit.
Are we waiting for my lawnmower to come back?
No. No.
I think he has something.
Did you guys see the TV advertisement?
Oh yeah.
2K.
For what?
Let's watch it all together.
Okay.
This is an actual video game that has an advertisement for a TV show.
Too greedy, Franklin. The minute you do that, you lost your advantage.
From here on out, we only deal with high-level customers.
You having trust issues?
Always. It's up to you to protect everyone. Can you do it?
There's.
So, are you sleeping at night? Like a baby.
Snowball premieres Wednesday, July 10th on FX.
This is a commercial in a video game.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Now get this. Okay, so this is NBA 2K is not developed by EA. It is developed by 2K Games, which is owned by Take-Two, who, among other things, own Rockstar. But this is certainly not EA. But it is a real commercial for a TV show in a video game. And the best part is, if you don't disable this feature in the game, the advertisement is non-skippable.
Yeah.
But you can disable it.
Yeah, you can disable it.
I was gonna say, I honestly don't have that big of a problem with it, except for the fact you can't skip it. Because I noticed that in the video was the loading stopped and was done, but then he couldn't continue on until the commercial ended, and then it was like, now you can press A to continue or whatever. That's where my biggest gripe would come in.
See,
is that they force you to watch it at that point.
That's probably what most people are the same opinion as Trevor is, that if you can disable it, so ultimately it's not a big of a deal. But my big problem is, if this is what it's now, what will this become in the future? Because if people accept this, what else can we accept?
So, here's what I'm thinking. I think that's in there to make it feel more like you're watching a basketball game on TV.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's so weird. Why wouldn't I just go watch basketball?
Maybe you want to control the little guys on the field, man.
Yeah.
And then watch commercials? That blows my mind.
I think it's for the actual developers, it's a brilliant idea, I think, because they're getting probably paid a shit ton, and it's like Grady just said, like, it looks like a real game kind of, so it makes it more lore friendly.
Basketball lore, tight. That's tight.
Yeah. So I think it's actually like a brilliant idea, but I just wish they would let you skip it when your loading's done. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. Like,
I mean, because you're already watching it, dude. And you can't skip commercials on TV, so why would you skip it in a video game?
that's true.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that you can actually, like, disable it. Totally.
See, I hate it. I fucking hate it. Don't put the commercial in there in the first place. Keep them out of my video games, please. I don't play NBA, but I sure as shit play other games.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be acceptable, because I get that that's almost 100% what they're doing. They're like, oh, look at how realistic our basketball game is. You even have to wait to play more of it. And I agree that, like, having those commercials in there would does make it feel more like you're watching a legitimate NBA game. There's no doubt about that. But why make the players suffer through the whole thing? I would be 100% fine with it if it was a legit commercial, but I could just skip it. Like, as soon as it's done loading, I get to skip it, whatever.
They probably have like an issue that they can't really tell, like if they watch the whole commercial or like 3 seconds of it.
Yeah.
And if
it's in the contract that they have to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, it's probably like that. Like they have to make you watch the whole thing, or otherwise it's not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure at this point it is out of 2K's hands for sure. I'm sure it's in the contract that if you watch it, you have to watch the whole thing. It's just silly.
Yeah,
it is in 2K's hands though to put it in there.
Right. No. Yeah. Now that, but I mean, like now that it's already in there, changing it, I think, is probably out of their hands without some heavy negotiations.
See, I legitimately believe that this is a gateway to other games putting commercials in them, for sure.
That's what I'm going to ask is, so what would you do if? What would you rather have, I guess, is say you're playing a game like Skyrim or Fallout or something that has like legit like long ass loading times, and instead, like I'm assuming these commercials that they're playing are kind of marketed towards the people that are buying their games. So say they're playing commercials that are marketed towards people that probably play Fallout or Skyrim or whatever. So just say commercials for other video games you might like. Would you rather see that or just see something that just says loading?
I'd rather watch a loading screen.
I would probably have loading too, yeah. But I can definitely see something like, I don't know, like League of Legends has like a around 1 to 3 minute loading period before the game starts. I can
let's say they
like
give you the option.
Commercial.
Like, would you be against them giving you the option? Because that's what they do with this, apparently, give you the option.
I would.
See, I'm afraid that if we let them give us the option, at some point they're gonna take that option away.
Definitely.
And then you watch commercials in all the games.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, man. That's tough.
What if they made games free?
Well, that's what I was. That's actually.
See, but that's the argument they're gonna make.
Considering.
That's the argument they're gonna make. Like this game is free to play, so we're gonna have advertisements for TV shows in this.
It's gonna be like phone games. They always have ads.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, but again, those shitty microtransactions from phone games and those paywalls from those phone games are now in our games. They start in the sewers, in the hellspawn pits of shit, and because they're accepted there, they will make them their way into the real games. That's fucking right, I said it. Mobile gamers are not real fucking gamers. Get fucking real.
You're right. Except for those ones that have that thing that hooks it up to a monitor and a keyboard and everything that we looked at that one time.
Oh yeah.
Those guys are legit.
And I do have a mobile game on my phone, which is the best mobile game. It's called Blip Blop.
Gosh. Yeah,
I have it too.
And, I can blip my blobs. It also has sounds. I didn't know that. Blip blops.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like to use the slippery slope argument of like this is going to lead to this, but in this case, it seems like it most likely will.
I understand that using the slippery slope thing is I don't like it, but I'm a firm believer that capitalism will prevail, and if there is money to be made, someone will make that money.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen it. I mean, that's, a lot of times, the slippery slope argument is a lot of speculation. But like you said, Temelo, a lot of the stuff that we've seen in mobile games, the microtransactions and all that stuff, has made its way into mainstream gaming. So it's not even a matter of if, it's when. If people lie down and think that this is okay to straight up put a commercial in the middle of my game that I can't skip. I can skip commercials on my TV. Why can't I skip? I can fast forward through commercials on my TV, but now it's backwards and I have to wait for my game? No, fuck that.
I think it's weird that they give you the option to not play any, or play them, and you can't skip them.
See, I believe that is put in place to minimize the backlash. I fully believe that they understand fully what they're doing, and if they would just put on full-on commercials, no options, you watch this shit. If you buy our game, you are watching commercials. I think that would be a way bigger controversy than compared to what it is. Like, you can still you can just turn them off, man. Come on.
They're banking on those people that don't go in the options and notice that. So they've just been watching commercials for 3 years.
See, I was reading the NBA 2K19 subreddit about this, and people were super mad. And then there was like one guy, hey guys, not to like barge in or anything, but you can turn them off, you know.
But I would like to present you a question. Would you stop playing a game if they would present ads during the loading screen?
I mean, this is just another thing I add on my list. I have a list right here. It's imaginary, but it's like, before I buy a game, what do I look for? Does it have shitty business practices? Is it made by EA? Does it have commercials in it? And if I check any of them, then it's like no buy.
I think it all depends on the only way I would be okay with ads in mainstream games is if the game was free. It would have to be a free game for me to have ads. And then it better still have an option for me to give them money to not watch that bullshit, because I'm not gonna.
See, the best thing with this whole NBA thing, they rolled the update to the game, because this was not on launch in the game. So they put the game on sale for like $3.99 or some shit. Like, it was, I think it was $4. A bunch of people bought it, and then they rolled the update out, and then the commercials started. So they tanked the price. Bunch of people buy it, and then they fish them in, and then they put the fucking ads in, and then it's the same argument. Well, now you haven't you've invested cash into this thing, so you might as well endure it.
Yeah.
And it looks like a real NBA game, so I'll let it slide. Next year I'll play Call of Duty, and they advertise Mountain Dew right there in the fucking map.
That way I can get my gamer fuel.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it would definitely be kind of weird if you pay like $60 for a game, and then there would be no option to disable ads, and you would have to watch like a 30-second ad each time you start a match or something.
Oh, that would be a huge shit show. Like, imagine if they would pull that shit in a Call of Duty, or shit, Fortnite even. Yeah. I know Fortnite is free, but
ads being on Fortnite, and you would be able to disable them if you would buy the battle pass, for instance.
See, let's go super dystopian. You're playing Elden Ring, the upcoming From Software game, and you're riding your horse on that beautiful map, and then it just cuts to black. And then a commercial of a cologne for men is coming on, and there's, oh no, Michael Fassbender, like in a suit, and he's like, oh yeah, I smell so good, and then
I wonder. So that brings up another really dumb question that I have no right to ask. When are they going to start artificially inserting loading screens where they don't need to be? Because we have seen a ton, especially in the last few years, a ton of games with virtually no load times. Like Red Dead Redemption, I don't think it had, you could go the entire map, you could explore that entire world with not a single load screen. Same for Marvel Spider-Man. The entire world, not a single load screen.
Unless
so how? Right, yeah, unless you teleport. So how long is it until, you know, the next game, Red Dead 3 suddenly has load screens between each town, so that we can fit more content in there?
I mean, yeah. Honestly, like, shit, you're giving bad ideas to publishers.
I like money, dude. I come up with the best bad ideas that make money.
Yeah, I mean, that's how the argument goes in the boardrooms. Like, is this a good idea? But we like money. Yeah, okay, let's do it.
How would I feel if someone did this to me? Infuriated. But the money, though.
We can make so much money.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Like, I guess in the future, when if it happens, like when in more, say, not so sportsy games, like NBA or whatever, like when they start putting ads in between, you know, loading screens of going to fight the boss or whatever. Like, I wonder who's gonna, like, when they do the research, it's like, does there need to be a loading time here, or did they artificially place one in there? Like, I think it's gonna be like a very interesting just subject to come up in the near future.
Yeah.
When it happens, it happens.
It's as soon as someone suspects something, it'll be blown wide open. I mean, they just never underestimate the power of an army of nerds. Because the moment someone is like, why did I load there? That doesn't make any sense. And then they start digging into it and see that it is an artificial break. I mean, that's like and I don't even know how this was looked up whenever they did it. And I think I've talked about it before, like the Dragon Age thing where the DLC was already loaded on the disc. Someone found that like day one. Someone found day one that Dragon Age's DLC was already preloaded on the discs, even though you had to buy it. So I guarantee as soon as someone...
Yeah,
I don't know.
Same was with the Fallout 76. Like, people would crack that whole game open, find all the spots for all the items and all the best stuff, and found the debug room and stuff like that. Like,
they cracked open Fallout 76 and then they figured out it's a shit game.
and they had like textures from like Fallout 4 and stuff.
I mean, but I know people were mad about like, oh, they reused assets from Fallout 4, those scoundrels. Like, come on. I mean, you reuse assets in game development all the fucking time. It's not like Bethesda's the only one doing it. Everyone's doing it because I mean, it's just, it makes sense.
I think the big deal about that was, didn't he say that they did not do that though, specifically?
Oh, that I don't know.
I think he said, I might be wrong, so don't like quote me.
I mean, anybody with two fucking eyes can see that Fallout 76 and Fallout 4 looks exactly the same.
Maybe he just said like I think he said like we built it from the ground up or something, and people just inferred that meant like, you know.
I mean, that doesn't mean anything though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It may have been something like that. I don't know, but I thought that it was implied that. You know.
Like I don't know. I mean, I know he said like they have 16 times the detail, and they have like the map is 4 times as big or whatever, and they have a new lighting system, a new renderer and whatnot. Like those are new things, but they're not the same as assets.
Yeah.
Like you can still use the same assets. I mean, video games do this all the time. And it's like I can criticize Fallout 76, but I mean I try to criticize it at least fairly. And reusing assets I don't think is shady or shitty in any way, because everyone does it, because I mean you save on costs.
Yeah. Especially when they still don't look bad, and they're still fine. I mean the detail on those assets are still okay.
True that. Whew.
Yeah.
In short, fuck 2K.
Fuck 2K and their fucking ads in their fucking video game. Also,
Honestly,
I've never played an NBA game, but it's not the first time.
I actually have a coworker that plays NBA 2K19. I will ask him about it tomorrow, see if he's played it since the ads were released.
Oh, and ask him if he knows you can disable them.
I will do that.
I can't wait till I'm playing like, you know, like Dark Souls 4, and like when I go to fight the boss, I just watch an ad and replenish my health.
Oh man, you son of a bitch!
Now you're giving the real ideas here. Would you like to replenish your health? Yes, no. Press yes, and you'll watch a 30-second ad.
Watch this simple, dude. I bet they'll be longer than that. If that were to ever come to fruition, I bet they would be a few minutes. I bet they would be way longer.
Minutes for replenishing your health?
Yeah. Because, like, if you think about it, a 30-second ad on your phone is annoying enough, but they've got you. Like, there's nothing you can do. You've got to watch it. But, like, on a TV, they know that you're going to stick around. It's the TV.
Or imagine like Sekiro, but every time you rezzed, you had to watch a 30-second ad.
This is like some next level of dystopian shit.
I think if that were the case, Trevor, I don't think I would have been able to get through the game at all. Like, I would be watching more ads.
It's optional. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to watch it though. You can just choose.
It's not the game for you then.
If you don't watch it,
Not with ads, it's not.
Die in 5 seconds, watch 2-minute ad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Brutal.
Yo, Gradig, you want to talk about Super Mario Battle Royale?
Oh yeah, Super Mario I wish I could show it. My God, it's so good.
I mean,
But,
is there some sort of video of it anywhere?
Oh, I'm sure. So I don't know if anyone had played it. I played it a little bit, but it's the Super Mario Battle Royale is a fan game where you basically kind of speed run a randomly generated. Yeah, there's plenty of them. There's plenty of let's plays of it on the old YouTube. But you just like speed run a randomized level of Super Mario Bros. And you're racing like 75 other people. And it was actually really fun. But the better part of the story, I need to look it up now, is that they got DMCA'd and had to remake it and called the guy Infringio. And it was called DMCA Royale. Yes, there it is. So good.
Yeah, I pulled up this video. It doesn't have any sound, so
Yeah.
I mean, it has, but I muted the sound, but just so you guys can see what it looks like.
Yeah, so it was actually really cool. So like all the ghosts don't affect you at all, but only so a few of them, I'm assuming if you get it on the same frame, multiple people can get a power up, but as soon as the power up is gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
So if only one person out of the 75 gets it, then only one person gets it. And then if someone kicks a shell and it hits a whole slew of people, it's going to kill every one of those ghosts. So you can't touch another character with your Infringio, but everything else is fair game. So like if he wanted to, he could just like knock out those bricks just to mess with people and they wouldn't be able to jump on them anymore.
I mean, so and like obviously this gets DMC takedown by Nintendo, because this obviously, because it's literally looks like Mario, because it is.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
they unfortunately, even after it got turned into DMCA Royale, it still got taken down again. They said that the mechanics and everything like that were just too similar, and they had to take it down.
See, but that's where I don't agree with Nintendo anymore.
Yeah,
because
I don't agree with that
not a platformer. It's a run and not gun, but
right.
Run and jump.
I mean, this is as much like, if not this one, but the Infringio is as much a Mario knockoff as like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Because you're in both of them. You're running to the right and trying to get to the end of the level. But that's it. Like if you ripped off these assets, then it wouldn't like. And someone played it. I don't think anyone would guess that it was basically Mario.
But I don't think the reason they're going for the takedown because it looks like Mario, but maybe they thought about making this themselves. Like they could easily do something similar.
See, at this point, I think it's good to mention that Nintendo has a huge hard-on copyright striking everything Nintendo related on YouTube.
Yeah, I know they're known for like copywriting like art and stuff. If they have like Mario in it.
Oh yeah.
Well, they used to take down just game reviews if you used footage of the game.
Yeah.
You had to be like I can't remember the name for it, but you basically had to be an approved content creator from like an approved creator by Nintendo.
And also give like a huge portion of your ad revenue to Nintendo.
Yeah,
But before that program started, they just flat out DMC take down everything.
Yeah, they're better about it now. Actually, they announced that partnership program actually ended, and they just let whoever put it up now. I'm sure that they still take down some stuff, but they want more people to have access to uploading it. So
you don't have to be like Nintendo ambassador.
Yeah, not anymore. You no longer have to be Nintendo authorized to talk about a video game.
It's super odd though. Like, one would think that having a popular YouTuber post like a review of your game would boost sales if the review is good.
Yeah.
Or like having, let's say you release like a kind of an off-brand game that maybe not be as popular as Mario, and some huge YouTuber picks it up and plays it as a let's play. I mean, why wouldn't that boost sales? I mean, there's a huge reason why everybody doesn't DMC take down everything on Twitch and YouTube besides Nintendo. Every other company just embraces this entire thing, but Nintendo somehow just hates the internet, I think.
I mean, that's a pretty fair assessment. They definitely do hate the internet. I mean, if you just look at like their online service, it's pretty evident that they hate the internet.
Oh yeah, I mean, and like, I don't know like what it is, like, because is the market that different in Japan?
Well, I partially can explain why their mobiles or their like online service is like it is, and that's because cell phones are a way, and you know, everybody uses cell phones, but they're a way bigger part of life in Japan. Mm-hmm. I mean, they've been using cell phones like we use cell phones now. They've been using them like that for 20 plus years. I mean, most people, even in the 90s, some of them didn't have a landline, so they used their cell phone as a dial-up connection. So people have had, you know, a cell phone has been part of the daily life of people in Japan since the 90s. It's just a whole different culture over there. So it's just assumed that you have a cell phone and you're okay with using it for pretty much everything.
So wait, they don't have like regular internet connections?
I'm sure they do now, but like back in the day, people would regularly connect to the internet with their cell phone. They would have their cell phones had a I don't know if it was just straight up an RJ45 jack, like a regular Ethernet jack on the bottom of their phones, or if it was an adapter or something. But it was pretty commonplace for someone in Japan to just have like their cell phone with a cable running to their computer for internet back in like the 90s, early 2000s.
I mean, but come on, Nintendo.
Yeah, it still sucks. That's not an excuse. Fix it, Nintendo. I love you.
Yeah, a lot of people love you. I mean, I don't particularly have a opinion here or there. I think you make good games, but I don't have a Switch, so I don't play any of them. But I mean, fix your shit. Come on.
Yeah, it's pretty junk.
Yeah, I mean, I heard like ever since the Wii, like the online shop, especially, like nobody has ever said anything positive about it, or like these, I don't know, basic features to play with friends like doesn't exist in games and shit. Like,
yeah,
how do you fuck it up?
If you want to talk over voice, if you want to use voice, like in a game of Splatoon, because I think that was like their flagship one for their voice chat, you have to download the Nintendo Online app and then hook a headset up to your phone, and you all have to join the party in the like Nintendo app on the phone, and you talk through that.
What the fuck?
Seems kind of off.
Yeah, that's how they do their voice chat, is you voice chat with your party through an app on your phone.
Does the app do something else then?
I don't know, I've never used it. I assume it may be like a friends list type situation, like maybe all of your social stuff is also managed on that app. But the only thing I know for sure, because that was the big blow up about it, was that you had to have that for voice chat, even though, you know, a 360 10 years ago you could do it without another app.
Sounds incredibly shitty.
Yeah, it is. That's why no one uses it.
Oh, yeah.
I think the only reason it's still around is maybe Japan. I'm assuming probably Japan uses it. I don't know.
Yeah, see, that's because every time I hear something negative about Nintendo, like, oh, they don't have this and this and this, I automatically assume that it's because it's not used in Japan. Like, because I know Japanese companies have a way bigger hard-on for the Japanese market than the Western market, and they cater to their own audience in their homeland before they cater to anybody else. Like, Japan has done this since forever, and they keep doing it. So every time I hear something negative about Nintendo, I just assume that it's because they don't want.
It's a difference in market.
Yeah, but I just wish that Japanese companies would also embrace capitalism a little bit more. Even though I have my gripes with capitalism.
Yeah, it's the Japanese market, man, is just a whole other thing. I mean, like one crazy thing that I saw I think I saw on an episode of Did You Know Gaming for forever ago. They used to have like a horse racing video game for the Famicom, and it was used until like 2014. Like it was an attachment that you put in your Famicom and then hooked it up like with a dial-up modem to the internet, and you could place bets on actual horse races.
What the?
And
fuck?
It was a live service, not updated. Like maybe the internet side of it was updated, but it still used the Famicom with the same dial-up garbage until like 2014.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. Japan is lawless. Those dudes are wild, and I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They're fucking whack.
Japanese people are crazy. I love
I
them.
totally
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
I totally forgot to do the thing on the stream where we put the Super Mario VR thing there, but
Nah, it'll be alright.
yeah, I mean, they're kind of for chat, but they're also kind of for me because they serve as stamps when I put the little things on YouTube, and when I switch the thing on stream, that's when I know when we switch topics, so I don't have to watch the 3-hour episode.
Fair.
Well, makes my job harder. Okay. All right. Should we go? Should we talk about the last thing?
Do we want that to be the last thing? Because I actually have one more tidbit. It's not really something to discuss.
Go.
Netflix announced a Cuphead animated series.
Oh shit! Is it gonna be hand drawn in the style of the 20s?
Let me see what it says on this. I'll just link the tweet, but let me see.
So now I know why Cuphead was trending on Twitter. I didn't look into it. I just saw that it was trending.
Yeah, so it says coming to you in full color and Cinesound. It's the Cuphead show. Hang on, let me get my 30s voice on. Coming to you in full color and Cinesound, the Cuphead show. Witness the wondrous ink allows as you've never seen them before in an original series inspired by classic animation styles of the 1930s. Now in production by the talented team at Netflix Animation. There you go.
That was pretty good.
Thanks, man.
That was nice. Yeah, I mean,
So
holy shit.
I hope it's hand drawn. Apparently, the director for it has a pretty good track record, so that's good.
So anybody who's played Cuphead knows maybe this, or maybe remembers the story. The story is pretty fucked up in Cuphead, all things considered. You're going out and you gamble and get drunk and you use drugs and smoke, and then the devil makes a deal with you. Like literally, Satan makes a deal with you to go fetch these souls for him. Like in my head, you're killing the bosses and taking their souls to hell, like doing the devil's handiwork, and then you beat up Satan at the end of the game. So I mean, the storyline's not really like child friendly, I think, even though it looks very child friendly if you just take a look at the game. But I hope this is geared towards adults and not towards kids.
I would assume it's geared towards adults or young adults.
At least young adults. That would be nice.
I mean, yeah, this is nice.
yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. I love that game.
Oh yeah, Sully, when are you gonna finish Cuphead?
Yeah, you douchebag. You're probably still playing Minecraft. You're still in voice. You're definitely still playing Minecraft.
Yeah. This is my channel. Sully can't even ban me for a good while on go fuck yourself. Oh, thank you. For a good while, Sully used to time out people who mentioned Cuphead in his channel.
Oh gosh.
Because that was the game that made the man go crazy. Because it was too difficult. Because it was not the game for Sully.
I actually beat Cuphead like maybe a month ago.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Nice.
I beat Cuphead on stream way back.
I've tried it. I was so bad at it. So
It's
like
not
it.
the game for you then.
And it's not the game for me. Definitely not the game for me and Sully.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Is there difficulties in the game?
Yes.
Okay.
There's hard and harder.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's kind of self-imposed difficulties.
I think it has because. Oh no! Wait, no. It has a normal, which is the default mode, and then it has easy, which if you play the easy, you can't get like you miss out on something. I don't remember if it's points or.
Well, I know you can't get like the highest score in each level. Like you can't get the highest letter.
Yeah, that's it. So if you play on easy on Cuphead, you're missing out on the scores, but you can still complete the game and everything. But
if you're in for the story.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I don't remember if you get. I didn't get like the S plus on every level. Like shit, I wasn't that mad. I just wanted to beat the game. But I mean, there's nothing after you beat Satan. I think. I should say the devil. His name is the devil in the game, but I think I called the devil by his real name, Satan. But yeah, Cuphead, man, Netflix show coming out probably in 2023 or some shit.
Yeah, should be awesome.
All right, shall we now?
Shall we?
Go right ahead. Got this. Yay.
So after E3 and a little bit during E3, but mainly after E3, EA has been in the news multiple times for some fucking reason, which prompted mainly me to read a lot about EA and because why they are in the news and stuff, and because I like to rail on EA.
Mostly that.
I think they're a garbage company.
Mostly that.
Yeah, mostly. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, if I see a headline of EA, I'm probably gonna click it. Like, EA is my clickbait. That's like, it gets me every time. Or if I see like Andrew Wilson, who's the CEO of EA, I'm clicking that. Click. I don't even care. If it's like a fluff piece of Andrew Wilson, like playing with puppies, I don't give a shit. I'll click that anyway. But so the huge controversy with EA is right now. I mean, I at least like to think it's still ongoing. Is the what is now the infamous surprise mechanics bullshit, where Carrie Hopkins, which is the let's actually see if I can find her real title. Hopkins, EA. Vice President of Legal. She was in the UK in front of a commission, I think. I forget what they call it in the UK. But the UK government essentially is asking about the legality of loot boxes and harms and so forth. They want to try to find out if it's mainly harmful for kids. That's where Gary Hopkins said that they're not loot boxes. They're surprise mechanics, which angered a lot of people because I mean it's bullshit. So that's the bigger like controversy that they had. They have also two separate interviews have also been done that are not about loot boxes. I will go into them a little bit later. But yeah, this loot box thing is starting to, in my mind, ramp up a little bit. Governments come always a little bit afterwards, and I think especially in the UK and in the United States right now, this is starting to be the point where governments are going to make the decision if loot boxes should be regulated or not. And I hope to fucking God that they are going to be regulated.
Would you say that they are mechanics of the game? And that you're surprised of what you get inside?
I'm certainly I've certainly never gotten surprised.
Just disappointed.
I feel an empty void inside me. I am dead inside when I roll a loot box. And then I feel the dread and the disappointment, and then I hate myself for it.
Yeah, it's definitely like a semantics thing. Yeah, it's technically a surprise mechanic, but I don't want it.
Yeah. I mean, what Kerry Hopkins is essentially doing is trying to shift the narrative, because the word loot box has a negative connotation like attached to it. So when people hear loot box, they think about negative things. So what she's trying to do is shift that. Let's not talk about loot boxes, which are negative. Let's talk about surprise mechanics, because surprises are usually something positive, and everybody's like, oh yeah, surprise. And just put the mechanic after that. So it's a surprise mechanic because it's a mechanic in the game. And now it's rebranding. And then we have it. There's no loot boxes anymore, and everybody's happy because they don't exist. It's just surprise mechanics, and everybody's happy. Please give us all your money.
I think the biggest issue, honestly, isn't that they called it surprise mechanics. It's that surprise mechanics sounds like they're trying to rebrand loot boxes. Like, it's not even a good new name. It still sounds like you're just trying to give me loot boxes with a different name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. As a company, I can understand them wanting to rebrand it, and I can understand, like, from their position, like, why they're doing it. But any person with a brain would just be like, you're just changing the name of something. Like, it's still what it is. What it is, you could call it, happy boxes or happy, plates or whatever, and it's still gonna be a loot box.
Oh yeah.
Like, just because you rename it doesn't change the fact of what it is and what it does and the mechanics of what of it. They go into it and everything. So, like, legally, when it comes to, like, the government trying to go doing what they're trying to do with it and whatnot, like, I don't understand why they even changed the name of it.
Yeah, I mean, like,
legally,
like, definitely what EA is doing is they're trying to save themselves. Obviously, I mean, they're a profit-seeking business, and their business is under fire now. Like, people are seriously discussing if we should age-gate loot boxes. Like, should kids be able to play games that have loot boxes? EA wants those loot boxes in every game because they generate massive amounts of revenue. So when somebody is poking around and calling them into questioning, obviously EA is going to do everything in their power to try to win that battle. There's no, like, issue there, I think. What I would hope is that government officials who make these decisions are informed of what a loot box is and how they can be harmful. And they're necessarily not like traditional gambling, but they are definitely built to be addictive as possible. As addictive as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's gambling no matter how you slice it. It's just not the type of gambling that lawmakers are used to. That's the problem.
I definitely agree, and I would like to, again, be transparent. I work for a gambling company, and I am critical about gambling because I do feel like gambling addiction is serious. People lose their lives of this shit. So I most fucking definitely don't think that gambling should be allowed for underage children. In certain cases, I don't think that adults, adults should have the power to do whatever they want to do because they're adults, but kids don't because they don't carry the consequences. I mean, but it's still gambling.
Yeah. So I'm gonna bring up the point I made up not the point, but the thing I brought up last night, just so we can talk about it on stream. In the article you posted, he talked about like buying some kind of cards or something when he was a kid or whatever, hoping to get like the good one or whatever. So would we consider baseball cards that you can buy at a convenience store down the street gambling? Because some people are trying to buy the pack to get the card that's worth a lot of money, so that they can, sell it later on or whatever. And should kids be able to buy that and get into that then?
The only argument I have against that is when it comes to baseball cards, buying and getting random baseball cards is the whole point, like the whole idea behind baseball cards. But like if you're playing a video game, you expect to have, you reasonably expect to have access to most of that game's contents, where the whole point of buying baseball cards is getting surprised. The whole selling and things is more of an afterthought, especially for the sellers, for the people who make those baseball cards, because they don't get any extra money off that. They don't. If a card is worth $1,000 and you pull it out of a $3 pack, it's not like that card company gets a portion of that $1,000. So they have kind of a different incentive as far as their marketing goes, in my opinion. I'm no marketician, but I feel like they have like a different way to go about it, where with loot boxes and things, it's just they don't really have like a goal. They just want to get as much money as they can.
Yeah, I think a huge distinction is that when you buy baseball cards and when you buy loot boxes, one of those practices involves usually very manipulative tactics to psychologically make you buy loot boxes when there's nobody telling you that you need to buy baseball cards.
Right.
They don't have the same psychological tactics in them as loot boxes have.
I think they should just give up on loot boxes and look at something like Fortnite. They don't have loot boxes. They have only the shop. It's there. You can buy the items there. You always get what you pay for, and they still make mad money about that. So why not just go for it? Go for like time limited items. Like you can only buy this for this 24 hours. Only today you can buy this item. After that, it's gone. Why not have it like that? It's like you have to pay right now or you can't get it anymore, ever. Like, why not do it just like that? It's a lot better mechanic, in my opinion. But it's still, I would say, even more deceptive, because it's like fooling you that you need this and you can only get it now, so you have to pay now.
Yeah,
I would criticize that side, because I know Fortnite does it. A lot of games do that. They have the limited offer for 24 hours and you need to buy it now or you never get it. I think those are extremely manipulative.
Yeah.
It is, but like, I agree it is manipulative because, like you said, North, it's like you almost feel like you're rushed. Like, you have to buy it now. I'm going to miss out and I'm not going to be on the in crowd. I have to buy this purple sock or I'm not going to have a purple sock.
Yeah, but all my friends bought it already.
Yeah, all my friends were.
I'm missing out. I got to buy it. Yeah.
But the difference is, I know I'm buying a purple sock. If I want to spend $5 on a purple sock, by God, that's my $5 to spend on that purple sock. I earned that purple sock. But like, if it was a game, if it was in like Overwatch, for example, you could spend $40, $100 and never get the freaking purple sock.
Yeah.
So that I do agree that having it on a time crunch is manipulative, but I think that, first of all, let's put this out there. All marketing is manipulative. That's what it's meant to be.
Yeah.
But so the time crunch, I feel like, is a more acceptable form of manipulation.
Oh yeah. I think it's more acceptable.
You get what you pay for.
I think they're just two different kinds of things.
Yeah,
But I still think that they prey upon people.
definitely.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, all marketing preys upon people. But I think the question is, what is morally like acceptable marketing, and what kind of marketing should we allow for children, for instance?
Right.
Like, is it morally acceptable to have a time crunch for children? You need to buy this right fucking now, or you will miss out forever. Like, go get your mom's credit card right now. Because why I feel like it's shitty is because it's not like they have a limited quantity of that purple sock. They choose to have a limited quantity of that purple sock. They have an infinite amount of those purple socks, but they choose to crunch it down to 24 hours because they know that they're gonna make a fat fucking buck from it.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, and I don't know. I do think that is even still, like you said, they know they're going to make a fat dollar off of it, and even though they could have it going all the time, like you said, if just to, like you said, that they're going to go steal their mom's credit card, it's still better for them to do that. And don't, if there's any underage people, don't go steal their mom's credit card. But I feel like it's better for them to go steal their mom's credit card and spend $5 on a purple sock than to spend $100 trying to get it.
Oh yeah, and I do agree, but again, I think limited edition items on a timer and loot boxes they're two different things.
Yeah.
Both are worth criticizing, but you're choosing a lesser evil from two evils, but that doesn't make the other thing not evil.
Yeah. Well, additionally, on top of that, there's some games that have time-sensitive loot boxes, so it's even worse than that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like Overwatch has now. It's a little better in Overwatch because they actually have coins, so you can buy it after you get dupes. But they do have like event-exclusive loot boxes, and I'm sure that they're not the only
online does that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't get it. Why, like, EA realizes that the loot boxes are also bad because they're probably like super duper illegal in the future. So why not just give up on them, stop trying to even protect it, and just move on? Like, okay, we're gonna give up on loot boxes, and we're gonna pick this more socially acceptable way of getting money.
Yeah.
Because right now it's not illegal and they're making a shit ton of money.
Yeah. I mean, as long as they keep making money, it's the easiest form of money. Because
yeah, but they could become a saint by giving up on loot boxes.
Why would EA care about that?
Yeah, clearly they don't care.
I mean,
being a saint is nowhere.
They're making millions of dollars.
Yeah.
I mean, like here, I honestly, like, hand on my heart, like, cross my soul or whatever, hope to die. I honestly think that EA doesn't give two shits about me, you, or anybody else, but they do want our money. Not some of our money, but all of the money.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly believe this.
Yeah, they will until they are forced to no longer use loot boxes. They will keep doing it. I mean, even
for sure.
Like the Star Wars Battlefront games. Didn't the second one have loot boxes?
Oh yeah, but
like
they took them away, but because
but the first one, but that's like my whole point is like the first one had tons of loot boxes and they were criticized super bad. Like that was a gigantic scandal, those loot boxes. And then they made a sequel and they were like, you guys are good with loot boxes now? Put them back in there for a little bit. As long as they can get away with it, they will.
Oh yeah. And yeah, like what Empire is saying is they will get better at it too. Yeah, I agree with that. Like if you have some sort of any sort of like business tactic, you will hone that business tactic. And what EA is solely focused on, how do we get more money out of people? And they have the loot boxes and then they do the loot boxes in some other ways. They put more incentives, they test out things, and then they choose the best one of them. I mean, whatever they do, their end goal is always going to be to make the monies.
Yep.
But yeah, clearly, like, a tactic was to try to rebrand it to Surprise Mechanics. But that backfired, luckily.
Yeah.
Now, like, I know that I don't think loot boxes will disappear completely ever. I think what I do believe will happen is that there will come an age restriction to loot boxes. And I think the age restriction will be something like under 16-year-olds can't play games with loot boxes in them. So, because I know that companies will lobby the shit out of this. I think the gambling angle is really hard to do right now because everybody's trying to make the correlation to traditional gambling, and the thing that they put on is that I can bet money on something and I can get money back. But with an Overwatch loot box, you can never sell that skin, ergo it's not gambling. Now, I disagree with that. I don't think gambling needs to be I put money down and I can get money back. I think there's other forms of gambling too.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But they are every company that has loot boxes goes fucking hard on that.
Yeah, I just don't know how they would. I mean, I'm sure that eventually there will be an age restriction on it because that's government officials love age restrictions, even though age restrictions essentially do nothing on the internet. The government loves age restrictions. Like, you're not supposed to have a YouTube account unless you're 13. How many sub 13-year-olds are there on YouTube? All of them? Sweet. I'm glad we have that age gate.
Yeah. How many like when you made your first account when you were under 13 and it asked for your age, you put like you're 99 years old?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't even have to, and I lie about my age every time I go into Steam just because I'm too lazy to change the month.
Yeah, fuck, I do that too. I just scroll to so fucking random. Yeah, this is my, I'm fucking, I was born in 1784. Sure I was.
I loved Vietnam, absolutely.
Yeah. Those rice fields, I was right there.
Yeah.
Or when you make a Twitter account and you put your date of birth yesterday and get banned.
Yeah, when I made the No Pants Twitter account, I got banned because I put the date of birth like literally yesterday. They banned me. You are under 13. Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean there was like people. You're not supposed to have a PayPal account if you're under 18. There's 1 billion people under 18 without an age.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's crazy. So that age gate's not gonna do. I guarantee it'll go through. There's no doubt in my mind that as soon as someone recommends it, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, this will stop them.
Yes, and I agree. It will probably do nothing. But what it will probably do is you can no longer market FIFA with the minimum age of 3 years old, and have loot boxes in them. That will probably that would change. Now, I think it would be more devastating if they would just say that okay, you must be 18 to play a game with loot boxes. I think it will be 16 because it gives more lenience in a way. Because most who play FIFA are probably like 16 and above, like teens essentially. But yeah, I mean, it'll just change the age ratings. And it'll probably, I think it will probably change the mobile market a little bit. Because more and more parents do put like these child lock things, and then it just kind of gates different content.
Do loot boxes have to be in the ratings, like listed on the ratings things for a game right now?
For me, yeah. I mean, I don't know because I say me because I live in the EU. I don't know if it applies in the US.
I'm not sure.
But yeah, if I scroll through apps, it says that it has in-game purchases or in-app purchases or something.
Oh, I mean like on the ESRB rating.
Oh, that one. I think it does. ESRB is just the States though, but I think
yeah. But whatever equivalent is called.
This game's rated SM for surprise mechanics.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that definitely should be on there. Like if it's not anywhere in the world, I definitely think that it should, like, ESRB should include microtransactions.
I think if I have it on the, I think that because I have it on in the App Store for apps, I think it is somewhere else. Because I mean, why would a company willingly put it there?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, I do personally hope that something is done with loot boxes. I think they need to be regulated, just like gambling is regulated. Yeah. Because I sure as shit don't think that companies should be able to regulate themselves.
Yeah.
Looking at your games industry.
That's how you get the US. Whenever a company regulates themselves.
That's how you get the ESRB and the ESA.
Yeah. Crazy.
But yeah, the other things that EA was in the news for, they had on a site called GameDaily.biz, they had a candid conversation with EA's Andrew Wilson at E3 2019. Now, as I said, Andrew Wilson is the CEO of EA. He's the big chief, and this article is super long, so I mean we can't quote everything. But the reason I bring it up is because I am fully of the opinion that this article is in its entirety is a corporate mouthpiece. I don't believe this is a candid conversation between a journalist and Andrew Wilson, and I don't think that this is legitimate. I think this is a kind of
inside job.
A what?
An inside job.
Yeah, or like, here's the questions, read them beforehand, and let's go through the answers, and then let's have this as a fluff piece. What Andrew though is talking about is the industry and how EA's part in the industry. But he doesn't mention, for instance, loot boxes or the failure of Anthem or why EA treats its studios like shit. Mainly with closing them down, or yeah, it's essentially just a very long article about nothing.
Yeah, that's the conclusion I came to. Also, but it's kind of it like tries to shine good light to EA.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
Yeah, Andrew tries to he tries to resonate with his human side. Yeah. But because he's not human, he's unable to show emotion. And it comes off as tacky and weird.
And in here it says that whoever interviewed Wilson said to him that making fun is hard. And I find that kind of funny.
Yeah, because I mean, when we're talking about EA, making fun is hard. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're making it. You're putting obstacles for yourself.
Yeah.
You're releasing unfinished games. You put shitty surprise mechanics in your games, and you make annualized series of games that show no innovation or moving forward in the industry. So I mean, you're sabotaging yourself constantly. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. I mean, it's only hard if you don't want to do it.
Yeah. I mean, look at the game here, Blip Blop.
Yeah, it's about as simple as it gets.
Yeah, and you just tap the screen.
I played Blip Blop, honestly. Like, I played Blip Blop on my phone when I was watching like anything on Twitch or YouTube. I was like doing this, blipping and blopping my way.
Yeah, but obviously that's, it's fun enough for you to go back and do it over and over and over. So
I haven't played Blip Blop in weeks.
But it was fun for a little while.
It was fun for like 2 days.
When was the last time you played EA? Played an EA game.
Last time I played an EA game was in February when I played Anthem.
There you go. Blip Blop better than Anthem, confirmed.
Yeah.
Yes. Blip Blop is better than Anthem. No, but I mean, I don't know. Like, Andrew Wilson is obviously I think that he's a he has to be a smart businessman, because I mean he's the CEO of a very, very large company, and a lot of people are putting a lot of faith in Wilson, mainly the board of directors that decide if he has a job or not. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I honestly believe that if anything Wilson says has no weight until they show that they're going to change. And I honestly don't believe that they will, because EA is the worst.
Yeah. I mean, if they ever change, it won't be for very long.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
they'll change until people forget, and then they'll just go back to making money.
Because
that is probably the case.
Because that kind of goes into the other and the third time that EA was in the news in a more major way. An article on GameIndustry.biz, so not GameDaily.biz. What is this .biz thing, by the way? Do you know, Joe? I know it's just another tag for URLs. So is it meant to be like business?
Yeah.
Okay. Why is it spelled with a Z though?
Because
cooler.
Yeah, basically also bis sounds weird. Yeah, bis, because it's you say the S like a Z, like business. So bis would look weird.
Okay. I mean, okay.
That's what I've always assumed, is that it's not BIS because it's not pronounced BIS.
Damn.
Business, even though it's a U as well. I mean, there's all kinds of questions. Bussiness.
Yeah, okay. Oh. Well, anyway. So on GamesIndustry.biz, Games Industry is actually a really, really good website. I feel that this is they have like quality shit. So they interviewed EVP, which was, who said it last night? What's EVP? I asked
I
us.
wasn't here.
Oh, Executive Vice President.
There we go. Thank you. So EVP Matt Bilby, they interviewed, and the headline of the article is why this article was trending. And the headline is EA, and this is what they say: I struggle with the perception that we're just a bunch of bad guys. And that's the reason that everyone was memeing on this thing. But the actual article itself is not really about that, but more about EA Originals, which is EA's own product program where they bring in a small indie studio and give like all the money and the free reins that is possible for them to create a game and then release the game and then get all the profits for themselves. For the little indie company, I mean, not EA. Like EA is giving all the profits to the indie company. But the headline is what people were talking about this, and the context to the actual quote, the struggle with the perception that they're a bunch of bad guys, is that they do this really good thing with the EA Originals, and I agree. The program EA Originals is really good for that indie studio, but just because you do one good thing doesn't excuse all the shitty things you do alongside the good thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, I think Matt Bilby's head is so far up Wilson's ass that he struggles with the perception because he doesn't see the truth anymore.
Yeah. I think it probably honestly is like they look at the company, they see all the plebs, and they're like, these are good people. Why are they saying that they're bad people? And then they don't realize that basically, like, we're not saying that all the smaller workers in EA and stuff, like, they're probably not bad people, and I'm sure some want to actually make great games and do away with loot boxes. It's the higher ups that are probably forcing people to implement shitty ideas and things like that, and they just can't conceive that they're bad, obviously. So all they see is everyone else, and they're like, well, these people aren't that bad. Why are they saying they are bad? Because it's not me, it's them.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, like, for like thinking about a corporate executive who is I honestly believe that if you are a corporate executive, you need to be a certain kind of person, narcissist mainly, on some level, because you have to make super hard decisions, mainly involving other people's lives and livelihood. and those are
Perfect position for a narcissist.
I mean, it is, right?
I think you're thinking of a sociopath.
Sorry, yeah.
A narcissist only thinks about himself.
Well, I mean,
They can be both.
You could definitely be both, and in fact, I'd say more often than not you are.
yeah.
But
like,
I think that I think what you're trying to say is that they just kind of need to not have emotion affect their decisions.
yeah.
Yeah, and that would be sociopath.
But in my opinion, the EA original seems to me like a 5-year investment. That they're gonna have small indie studios release a bunch of games, and they feel good and get good money, hopefully. And then maybe when they release another game, they have to pay like EA something back. Like, okay, we funded you like 5 years ago. Can you give us like 25% from your next game or something like that? So they don't even have to make their games anymore, and they still get money. Same thing with like Valve. They don't really make games anymore, and they still have a bunch of people making games from them, and then they still get the money. So
You also have to remember that Valve gets their money from Steam.
yeah.
But I mean, obviously with EA Originals, there has to be some sort of end goal in mind. I mean, they're not just
Definitely.
handing out free money.
Yeah.
Like, and even the article kind of alludes to that they're giving out free money, because I mean, there's like, we're funding these games and these indie studios, and they're because we want them to make great games. I mean, really though, like maybe you want them to make great games, but you're not gonna let them make great games on your dime for free. There has to be some sort of profit for EA somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, they could be doing what is it called when Scammer does a long? It's not long run, long. The
long con.
The
long con, where
Yeah, I
like
mean,
they are investing in these games that make them look good and like people like and stuff, to later on have people come in, and
Damage
give
control.
them money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that could be the payoff, is they're waiting for the long con for everyone to come in.
See,
Well, they know
I-
their reputation is like pretty bad,
Yeah.
and like if they're most of the market would be people like Tamlo, they would be like, that says EA, I'm not gonna buy it. But if it's a indie studio and the EA is somewhere in the back, doesn't really take any credit, but they're still gonna get money from releasing the game, Tommy's gonna be like, indie studio, I'm gonna try this out. This looks cool.
it's the M. Night approach,
Yeah.
where M. Night Shyamalan, or whatever his last name, I have a really hard time pronouncing his last name, when he released After Earth with Will Smith and Will Smith Jr. There was, on the promotional posters, there was M. Night's name was nowhere to be found. People found out that it was M. Night's movie when they saw the end credits. And then they were like, that's why this movie sucked so much dick.
It's all so clear now.
Yeah, now it makes sense. It had Will Smith. How is this so bad? Oh.
Was that the huge twist at the end?
That was probably the M. Night twist, yeah. Like,
M. Night's
boom. You didn't know
That
I was
was-
back, bitches.
That was the first time a twist has ever happened that was like, oh yeah, no, that makes sense.
Because I literally think that I haven't seen After Earth ever, but I don't think that they even showed in the beginning of the movie where they're like starring whatever, like there was not M. Night's name anywhere, which a lot of people who went to see the movie on like opening, they noted that it was an odd kind of thing that they didn't promote the director anywhere, and then after the movie it was like, well, now it makes sense.
Yeah, I had a friend that went and saw that, and the very next day he came, he was like, don't ever go watch that. He said, don't watch it if it comes on TV, don't watch it at all. And I was like, okay. I never watched it.
And here I am, still not watching it to this
Here I
day.
am, still not watching it.
Yeah, I've only seen the reviews and the memes.
Yeah.
But yeah, EA is I feel like they're on some sort of damage control, like kind of crusade right now. I think it's odd because the timing is odd. Like they haven't released anything like right now. But like from fucking somewhere, just a random interview with Andrew Wilson comes out, and a random interview with this Matt Bilby and EA Originals. It seems like they're doing some sort of damage control when there doesn't need to be damage control. The damage control needed to be done back in February when Anthem was released. But it didn't happen. And I don't understand. And Anthem is, by the way, still a dead game.
Maybe they're doing preemptive damage control.
Oh yeah, they're fucking 4D chess now.
4D chess.
They know they're gonna fuck
put
up.
out something really shitty, and then they're gonna be like, wait, we did all this other good stuff.
Yeah, remember back during the summer, all the good times we had.
No, I got good boy points. This is fine. I got good boy points from.
I got them in the bank. I'm gonna cash them in now. Like no. Now
The
we
Game
need
Daily
them.
article says that investors are watching EA like a hawk after disastrous earnings report recently. So they must have released some sort of
Disastrous.
Yeah, disastrous.
They're still making millions, but they're making a little less millions.
Yeah.
What they're talking about is the disastrous failure of Anthem and the disastrous non-returning players to Apex. Like, EA hasn't really released anything else. FIFA makes still the same dollars as it made before. Their sports genres sell the same amounts of units as all the years. The same schmucks buy them every year. And like the big failure was Anthem. But still, compared to like the dollars they make from FIFA, Anthem is pennies in the water. Like the real dollars comes from FIFA. It's insane how much money they make from FIFA.
Yeah.
But even though like I understand that from a business standpoint, even if you make a fraction on another product compared to the big thing, it's still bad business if you let that fraction business be shitty. Yeah, what I'm meaning is, like, if Anthem fails, even though it doesn't bring in nearly as much money, if it fails, it's still a failure, and it's still money down the drain.
$1 spends just as much as $100.
Yeah.
Any money they can get their hands on is good money for them.
Yeah, but they're still committed to Anthem, and I'm genuinely kind of surprised. They did release Cataclysm. They released Cataclysm on the last day of March, I believe, which was the last possible day to stay true to what they said a month before. And the Cataclysm was announced and was shown, and it is not what it was advertised during the pre-release marketing. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, what Cataclysm is, it puts a blue tint on your screen, and there's a bunch of wind, and you do a time attack mode through a course kind of deal, and you kill as many enemies as you can, and then at the end of it you have a boss, and then you get points, and then there's a leaderboard, and time and kills and points matter.
Sounds awesome.
Sounds, yeah, riveting.
Yeah, I mean, Cataclysm was hyped up to be this. They used the words world shaper, and it was shown to be like that the world is going to change. There's going to be a world changing storm, and stuff in the game will change. And in my head I was like, oh, so it's going to be like what World of Warcraft did with Cataclysm, that incidentally has the same fucking name for some godforsaken reason. And then it came out, and it's nothing. It's a blue tint on your fucking screen, and it's a time attack mode, separate from the game world. It's literally nothing. I don't understand. Like, who thinks this is a good idea?
Yeah.
Every time you say it's a blue tint, it makes me just think they're like what can we do? We have 1 day left. I don't know, put an Instagram filter on it.
I mean, I'm not even kidding. I mean, you can look up like videos of Cataclysm from their official unveiling on the live stream of it, and it's literally a blue tint and a little wind. The palm trees are going like this, and it's raining. That's it. It's a weather change mod. And here's the kicker. It comes out, and after like a month or two, it goes away. And who knows if it's coming back? They're undoing the Cataclysm.
Why are they getting rid of it?
I don't know. No one knows. It's like, we're gonna run this Cataclysm event from this day to this day, and then it goes away. Because I think the point is that you get unique gear from it. If you perform well in this time attack mode, you get like unique gear that you can't get otherwise. And then when it ends, that's when the event ends, and then you can't get that gear anymore.
Wow. I was gonna say maybe it's a way for them to release it and test it and see if it, revives the game. And if it doesn't, they can just be like, oh, well, it's time to get rid of it. This is what we were gonna do anyway. But if it works, then they can be like, you know what, guys, you guys really seem to like this. We're just gonna keep it in.
Oh,
they're gonna release it with green tint this time.
Oh yeah.
6 minutes extra footage.
Yeah, exactly. Now with 1 million more loot boxes. Fucking EA. Jesus Christ.
They should have at least something like double XP weekend or double.
It don't even matter. Levels don't matter in Anthem. Gear matters, and that's the core problem since the beginning, that you can't get any gear because the loot drops are fucked, and they refuse to up the loot percentages or the drop percentages. I don't understand. They probably have a low quantity of unique gear. So if they up the chance to get that gear, then players will run out of gear to get quicker. But right now, you cannot get the end stuff anywhere because the drop rates are so fucking low. It is unbelievable how easy it is to fix Anthem, and they refuse to do it.
More money. That's what it boils down to.
Fucking. That was EA again. We're probably going to talk about EA sometime in the future this year still. I imagine that EA cannot be flawless for the next.
Yeah.
Maybe Anthem is just not the game for anyone.
That's not the game anyone wants to play. Right beside Artifact. That is
right beside Artifact. Man. Fucking Sully. He had to say that one thing, and now it's like every argument can just be fucking derailed. It's not the game for you. It's not the movie for you. It's not the food for you. It's not the wife for you. It's not the boyfriend for you. It's nothing for you. It's not the life for you.
It just works, man.
Yeah, it works.
That's gonna be written in his gravestone someday.
This was not the life for me.
This was not the argument for you to take.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, this is not the life I wanted to live. Rip.
Fucking fuck.
Too good.
This is not the day I wanted to die.
All right, should we talk about games we played?
Let's talk about games we played.
North, what game have you been playing?
You want to know?
Yeah, I'm real curious.
Darkest Dungeon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You
I
like
have
that?
like
I mean,
100 more
North's
hours
been
on it.
sending me DMs how much he hates the game, and then he boots up the game anyway.
Is it good? I've been thinking about playing it.
Oh, really?
It is
yeah.
good, but it's frustrating. It's like super frustrating.
Some might even say that it's unfair.
Well, it's a little bit unfair.
I mean, it feels unfair when RNG literally fucks you.
Yeah.
That's when it just feels unfair. I do think the Darkest Dungeon is a good game.
It's definitely a good game.
Yeah. It's a very
I like
long
the fact
game,
that
too.
it has so many different characters you can bring into the dungeons, and you can mix it up. You can create your own party. It's always a different story when you change up a little bit your party mechanics and all the items that you bring into the raid. Or, well, is it a raid?
Oh, no,
Let's call it a
dungeons.
raid. To the dungeon. And you never know it. There's like random events that it can happen inside the dungeon, different bosses, and it's you can definitely sink like at least good 200 hours in it.
Yeah, it's a long game, and the longevity comes from you failing.
Yeah.
That's cool. I might pick it up the next time it's on sale.
Ooh, try to pick up
I would
also the
definitely-
DLCs with it then.
Yeah, I would recommend the DLCs too.
They really like what they do. They just enhance the experience.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If
Is
the
that the,
original game sucked before, it's gonna suck even more with the DLCs.
Yeah, I mean, because the DLCs introduce just more. They introduce more content.
Yeah.
So, and with more content, it just means that it has more RNG.
It's gonna be more overwhelming when you start playing, but once you get like grip of the game, and it doesn't like feed you all the stuff at once. Like you can pick up when you want to start like this and this event. If you want to pick it up, then you can start it, and then it will like start to appear in the game.
It teaches you tough love,
Definitely.
meaning that you will probably get frustrated.
I did multiple times.
Yeah, can confirm. So, Joe, what did you play?
I played all of Katana Zero, which was an
yeah.
amazing game.
It truly is.
If you're looking for just like a fast-paced platformer that makes you feel like a true badass, Katana Zero is the game. It's got some challenging parts, but I don't feel like it was like frustratingly challenging, like you were saying with Darkest Dungeon, how it can be sometimes. But they do a really good job of every time you dying, you think, ooh, I almost had it. Like every time you die, like, oh yeah, I almost got it. And then you really want to get back in there and try it again, because every time you're like, oh, that's that close. And it's about like a samurai. I won't spoil too much because it's a much plot heavier game than I was expecting. I was, just from what I saw, I was thinking, oh, I'm a samurai, someone like kicked my dog or something and I'm going to kill everybody. And that's not it at all. It is like an actual real deep story. It has a lot of science fiction elements to it. Pretty much the whole time you're playing, you're not really sure what's real and what's not. That's as far as I'll go with talking about the story. Pretty much every time something happens, you second guess yourself whether or not it really just happened. And it's a good game for sure.
Yeah, I played it. I put it on stream, and I assumed the same as you. It's just a hack and slash kind of deal, and like how a lot of those indie games, like those types of indie games, they're more mechanics based than story based. But I ended up like caring way more about the story than the gameplay itself. Like the gameplay is fine and everything, it's cool, but I was just, let me get to the next fucking story bit because I'm interested in what's happening. And that in the end that was way more like important to me than the actual gameplay. And it certainly took me by surprise. I mean, the story goes some weird fucking places.
Yeah, it does. It is like it's wild. It really is. If you can find it, I think it's only like $15 normally, but if you want to find it on sale, I would 100% recommend it. If you like the kind of quick paced platformers with and the story with, it's got a little bit of time travel here and there and stuff like that, so it's just good. And I also beat Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Time for the first time on the Super NES. And I just wanted to bring, I only bring that up so that I can that I got to see a 23-year-old man play Super Mario Bros for the first time.
Yeah,
I
that's
had
crazy.
I had to tell him to hold B to run. Like he was just walking, and then he tried to jump over a gap, and I hadn't explained run to him, and he couldn't figure it out. But because it was a gap big enough that you had to run and jump. I'm like, just jump over it, dudes. And he's like, every time I jump, I'm not making it. I'm like, run and jump, dude. You jump further. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, you run and jump, you jump further. He's like, well, how do you run? And I wanted to say, guy, you have 2 buttons. If it's not jump, it's run. It was an interesting experience seeing someone. He ended up loving it. We ended up playing Super Mario World for like 4 hours.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was just wild. I like in my head, I just accepted everybody on the planet has played Super Mario Bros. And it was kind of a wild experience seeing someone, well into adulthood that had never played it.
I have never played it.
What? Oh my god, dude! You have to stream Super Mario Bros. Now.
Yeah, just like Trevor has to stream Madden.
Yeah.
Yep. That'll happen.
For the sake of having the game.
That'll happen. Yeah, that sounded really convincing.
Damn.
That's what I played.
I guess I'll go next. So I played a couple of things here recently. I played not the new Cthulhu game, the Sinking City, but I played the old, not. It's kind of weird. I played the Call of Cthulhu game, but it's not the old Call of Cthulhu game. It's the new Call of Cthulhu game, but it's not the new Cthulhu game.
It's the new Call of Cthulhu game that came out last year before
Yeah,
Sinking City
so-
this year.
Yeah, so I played that one all the way through, and I will say that if you're a huge fan of H.P. Lovecraft, you might enjoy it. I enjoyed it enough to make it through the game, but it's literally a walking simulator. You walk and walk and walk and hold a lantern and put the lantern down, flick a lighter, put the lighter down, and walk some more. And then like in one little part, there's like a little sneaky part and whatnot. But I would stay away from it unless you're a huge Call of Cthulhu fan.
You can find this playthrough on Trevor's YouTube channel, by the way.
Yeah, I did put it on my YouTube channel, which is Trevor the Miracle. But I would say I'm a huge fan. But even with that, I was kind of like disappointed with the game. That's what I'm saying. So if you're not like a big fan, just stay away from it, because it's literally like there is a part. I'm not gonna like say super spoilers, I don't guess, but there's a part near the end where you finally get a gun, right?
Dang.
You don't aim the gun. The gun has infinite ammo.
Oh,
And
nice.
you can just lay waste to everyone. You just sit there and just click and click and click, and you can just it just does this. It just shoots everyone in sight.
Oh,
So
sounds
that's-
glorious.
yeah, that's the mechanics of the game. Like that's the action, and that only happened for like 5 minutes, and then it goes back to walking.
Then you have no gun no more.
Gameplay.
Yeah,
So it's more of like a visual novel or something then, or
yeah, it's hugely story based, but then the story's not really that great. You're the whole time I'm like, I want to see Cthulhu. I want to see Cthulhu. Where's Cthulhu at? I want to see him. And then there's 4 endings. I think one ending has Cthulhu in it, which is the ending I got. And you literally see him for lightning flashes, and that's the only time you see him. It just goes
Nice. A huge cock tease.
yeah, and then the game ends.
do you see
No.
any other elder gods or any
No,
Lovecraftian horrors? Just
there's a creature, but I don't think I think it's a Lovecraft-esque, because I don't remember it being in any of the books, but it may be something that came from a book. I just don't recall.
yeah.
It's called
Yeah,
like the
there's a-
Shang or something like that. So, but it's not one of the elder gods or anything like that. It's just a creature.
Gotcha.
But anyway, so that's my quick review of that game that I played. The other game that I played with North just a little bit, and I played a good bit with Tom is Hunt, the Showdown. I'm enjoying it. I bought it like almost a year ago, maybe a year ago, and played like 2 games and then put it up because I didn't have anyone to play with. And it is like almost strictly a co-op game. You can play solo, but it's kind of a different game aspect, and if you do play solo, you have to play against other people, like other teams. So you're kind of at a disadvantage from the get-go if you do that. But yeah, I like it. It's not as fast of a shooter. It's a shooter basically where you're hunting monsters and fighting other bounty hunters and shit like that.
It's PvP, PvE.
Yeah. I think I like it because I'm not the best at shooters, but this one, like, all the guns are pretty, I would say, like, realistic to what they are. Like, when you have a revolver, it takes like 30 seconds to reload the damn thing in game. So every shot counts or matters, and basically, since I'm a terrible shot normally, like, I can like dodge people shooting and they don't shoot constantly and things like that. So I think it's a game geared for me. But yeah, I like it.
You can't play this as Call of Duty.
Yeah, definitely not.
Even though I try my fucking hardest to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not. Hunt's a good game though. Like it like the big criticism I have with Hunt though is that you can't squad up with people. You can't have 3 people on a team. You can't have 4 people on the team. And playing solo is you at a huge disadvantage because it's always duos.
Yeah.
So it's I mean I hope that they switch it up. But I'm assuming there's some rumors going on that the full release is coming out soon, in like a couple of months. The game is in early access, but this is honestly one of the best early access games I've ever played. It doesn't even feel like an early access game. It's really, really polished. It works. It doesn't have crashes. It doesn't have glitches. It's really solid.
It used to.
Made.
Obviously, before, like, I remember when I first bought it, people were saying that you had to have like a hardcore PC just to run the game. But I think they fixed all that now and have it more so that it's more accessible.
I mean, that's just because it's made by Crytek, the same guys who made Crysis.
Yeah.
And those games are notorious for you can't play those games.
Yeah.
Nobody can.
Yeah.
If anybody claims that they played Crysis, they're lying. Nobody has played Crysis because nobody could run Crysis. I played Crysis, by the way. For a hot 2 minutes.
I played it for about as long. I was so disappointed because I think it came out the year I graduated high school, and I got a computer for like my very first computer that I built myself was bought by my mom for my graduation present. And I went to Walmart because I was still on dial-up. I went to Walmart, bought this game, brought it home, and my computer ran it like shit. I was so pissed.
Yeah, mine too. It's insane. I mean, and the fucked up part is like computers today still can't run Crysis as it should run. The first fucking game, because it might also be just because it's probably programmed not the best way, but it has just insane minimum requirements and even more insane recommended requirements. But yeah, Hunt is way more accessible, and as a multiplayer game, I do think that Hunt it's really accessible. Because I mean, I was telling Sully that, like, compared to like battle royale games where your win percentage is very low, like from an average player doesn't win a battle royale game that often, and this is essentially kind of like a battle royale because it's you against all the other teams, but you're hunting down these monsters, and when you get a monster down, you get the monster bounty, and then you can fuck off and win the round essentially.
Yeah.
So the win percentage is higher.
you can technically win without killing a single person.
Oh yeah. I mean, it all comes down to if you see anybody, but the map's pretty small. I feel like it's not that huge, and especially if there's only one target on the map, there's either one target or two targets. It's random because the matches are random. So if there's only one target, everyone's going for that target. That's the goal of the game, to get the bounty off of the creature. So if there's only one target, then you're most likely gonna run into people. And there's about like 10 teams, or is it 8 teams on a map?
10 players.
10 players, so it's 5 teams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And honestly, for that map size, I think it's good. I mean, if you do it three players per team and the same amount of teams, or 4 players per team and the same amount of teams, it'll increase the firefights, and it will decrease the win percentage of everybody.
Also, it will kind of take the aspect of the game down, because it's supposed to be like sneaking, like hearing the footsteps or someone stepping on a branch. It's like,
or scaring
deal.
birds, or scaring like, dogs or something.
Yeah, it's a big deal. And if there's like, I don't know, like 20 players in there, they're gonna make a bunch of noise, and it's gonna be more contested.
Oh yeah.
I would be happy with well, first thing I gripe, they need to make it to where you don't have to add the person to a game every single fucking game. You need to be able to join a group and be in a group from start to finish. But I would be even happy with, even if they kept just duos, but say if us 4 wanted to play, if maybe we could choose teams between us 2, and we would always go to the same server, and then like 2 of us would fight the other 2, and plus randoms. Like, I would even be happy with that. But they have to, like, I would be very disappointed if the game comes out like officially and there's not at least 3-man teams.
Yeah, I think it takes the game down. Like, it honestly takes the game down, because you're limiting your player base. When you're giving fewer options, you're limiting your player base. I mean, that's how I feel, at least.
Yeah, Trevor and Tom was on voice, and I was also there, and we were talking about, should we play Hunt the Showdown, and I immediately went like, I'm gonna like let you guys play. I'm gonna play something else, because you just can't play with 3 person.
Yeah.
And that, like, I understand that probably most people only have like 1 other person they can play with. Like, not everyone has like these huge gamer groups and stuff like that.
What are friends, by the way? Do people have friends these days?
Okay. But it should be there for the people that do,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But all in all, like, there are faults with Hunt, but I still think that Hunt is an excellent game. It is very, very intense. But Tarkov is more intense.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's similar to Tarkov, and like it actually gets more intense the less stuff is happening.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
In Tarkov, though, in Tarkov you have to endure just a lot more bullshit.
Yeah.
A lot more bullshit. Like, you can be crouched in a fucking bush and you know that nobody sees you, but some asshole somewhere in another bush sees you and you die. You just die. You're sitting there scoped up, and then the screen goes black, and then comes the screen, and like, who killed you? And like, I died. Somebody shot me. I don't know from where. I don't know how. And all my gear's gone, and now I need to like wallow in self-pity and cry myself to sleep.
Sounds like a normal day for me.
But yeah, I would like to quickly mention that I played Bloodstained. I finished Bloodstained today, and that is the Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Ritual of the Night.
Yes. I won't talk too much about it because I know Joe's gonna play it. It is an excellent game. way better than I expected. And it certainly is totally not Castlevania.
Oh man, gosh, I can't even believe I didn't bring it up. Did you guys? No, did you guys hear about the thing? Real quick, did you guys hear about the thing that someone was wanting to change the name of Metroidvania? Like that whole genre? They were just like, nah, it doesn't even make sense.
What?
And just yeah.
What would you call it then?
They didn't even come up with a good.
Well, what the fuck's the point then?
Oh. Didn't want to derail, but that was something I did read about. So
that's retarded.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, not that like, I don't think that person probably understands where Metroidvania comes from. I assume.
Probably not. So they were trying to take it apart and be like, it's such a clunky word. No one likes to say Metroidvania. First of all, Metroidvania is like the coolest word that a gamer has ever come up with. Let's establish that. Metroidvania is a badass word.
Yeah, man. Plus, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it. I mean, yeah. Some people are just idiots. But yeah, Bloodstained is very good. One thing though, I got to the final boss, and I had a similar experience with the final boss in Bloodstained as I did with the final boss in Sekiro, where the difficulty goes like here the entire game, and then for the final boss it takes like a nosedive straight up, and it just doesn't stop. And then you grind the final boss a couple of times, and then you somehow, with good luck, beat it. I don't know. But yeah, otherwise it's a very good game. I did have to look up on the internet a couple of times to just know what the fuck to do. But a lot of those things were because I was super lazy.
Yeah, I could look for 30 minutes, or
I mean, like one was literally like I knew that what I had to find, and I knew like it can be anywhere. But they said specifically like, well, it might not be literally anywhere, and they gave like hints where it could be, and I'm like, okay, I know like what it's supposed to be and where about it's supposed to be, but I just either I look for 30 minutes or I look it online and have the same results. So
yeah.
But yeah, otherwise it's a very, very good game. I did get the bad ending though, and then I got like the medium ending, and then I got the good ending.
You should play Curse of the Moon, the 8-bit thing that was like one of the stretch goals.
Oh yeah.
Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. It's actually really fun. I played it on my stream, and it's super short. I beat it in one session. So
yeah, I was there watching that.
I figured, but you should still play it. It was fun.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I might pick it up. I'll see what I do.
Yeah, I think it's like $5 or $10 or something.
Yeah.
So
I was watching a speedrun of it on ASGDQ. But yeah, Bloodstained is an excellent fucking game. If it takes obviously huge inspiration for Castlevania because it's made by the same guy. If anybody likes Castlevania, or you like a Metroid, if you like Symphony of the Night, play Bloodstained. Like that's the easiest way to describe Bloodstained. All right, that's 3 minutes and 30 minutes.
you guys want to start shutting it down?
Yeah. I was panicking yesterday that we might not have enough content. Then I kind of calmed myself down and said, yeah, we have enough content. Then when I hit go live today, I was still like, do we have enough content? And now I'm sure of it. We had enough content.
Plenty.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. We are No Pants Society. Now I can say it because everyone here is part of No Pants Society. We had that fake guy here the last 2 episodes who was not part of the team. But yeah, my name is Tamalo. I stream on this channel sometimes. My streams have gone down heavily. I will be back though. There's some games I want to play, and next month, Sully and Trevor can't believe I'm hyped for this. I wouldn't say I'm hyped. I'm just a little bit excited. The
You're
Blair
pretty
Witch
hyped.
Project comes out next month, and I want to play it. It's probably
Which
gonna suck
project?
ass. Blair Witch Project, yeah.
Oh, Blair Witch Project.
You bring it up at least once a week.
That's pretty hype.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a horror game, and the horror games they're the shit on this channel. Because I'm a huge pussy. All right, next one.
Trevor, you want to go?
Yeah, sure. What are we doing?
Shout outs.
Call outs? I'm Trevor the Miracle. You can watch me at twitch.tv/Trevor the Miracle, or I'm starting my YouTube channel where I do playthroughs. So that is, I don't know what it is, youtube.com/Trevor the Miracle, I think.
Does it work?
Does it work? Just
search Trevor the Miracle on there. I already looked
just
it
search
up.
Trevor the Miracle.
Yeah, it's on there. You'll find it.
Yeah. I will say I'm just getting started doing, like, it's a little different in doing like live recording on Twitch to doing like recordings for YouTube, because like when it's live I can just do like audio adjustments on the spot. So some of my audio in the YouTube videos are kind of jank right now, but that'll be fixed.
I do think that your picture that you've chosen for your channel on YouTube is top notch.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty good. That's
I'm gonna show it to everybody. Let's
It's a good
let's
picture.
blow that up right there. Boom! Look at that handsome fella there. There he is. That is so good.
Dude,
So
it's
good.
It is on par with your Discord picture.
It does, Jim.
I love your Discord picture. It's so good.
God damn it. All right. Who's
I
next?
guess I'll go next. I'm Gragy. I stream at twitch.tv/Gragy. I am also I've taken a little bit of a break, but I'm definitely going to be back into it. I do plan on streaming again this week. I stream. I used to say I stream a lot of Final Fantasy, but I haven't done that too much lately. But I am going to keep, get back on that. So I'm playing Final Fantasy X right now. I'm going to play all the way through all of them. So if you guys want to hang out and watch me press X a bunch just to attack, you know where I'm at.
Yep, my name is Snort, twitch.tv/Northern Savant. And I won't be playing or streaming at all for the summer, as you probably noticed, but I'll start again once I get home. I'm done with my summer job. Then I'll probably start making a list and see what games I want to play and which I want to stream. But yeah, don't forget to purchase our Gamer Boy Bat Water.
We sold out already. I
Did
checked.
we? Oh,
Yeah, I checked. We made
I
mad.
checked my tub. It was
sorry.
empty.
Yeah, my tub is empty, man.
My tub's
We
fresh.
made mad dollars. I'm gonna
Yeah,
send you guys
not at all.
the checks.
Awesome.
Yeah, this has been the Pantsless Podcast, episode number 8. Next month will be episode number 9.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody.
9 comes after 8.
Yeah. Soon we'll be at number 12. Anyways, yeah.
And wait.
Thanks for watching, everybody, and this episode will be up on YouTube tomorrow. Yeah, so
Righteous.
yeah, follow me on Twitter
See y'all
or
later.
Discord. But yeah, everybody, see ya.